Hi.
Hi. Hey. It's been a while since I've been hold my head up high. It's been a while. I can't even sing that song.
I'm so done.
It's
Welcome
really
to my
my kind
kind of
of
convo.
convo.
Your girl Chris,
And I'm your girl Kim.
and it has been
A while.
it's been a year.
It's been an exact year.
Yeah, last time was like around Halloween. We did our
We
Halloween
did our
special.
Halloween special, and we've come back for a Halloween special. What is that? What is that? Like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Life's been lifing.
Yeah.
Like we usually say, life has really been lifing
Yeah.
a lot of things
A lot
happen.
more than we thought it
A
was
lot
going to
more than we
happen.
expected.
Yeah. A lot more than we anticipated.
Yeah.
So of course it's one of my favorite times of the year. It's Halloween, and there was just really no way we could like really feasibly go through Halloween without
Without having something.
celebrating Halloween. Um yeah.
I mean,
But
we've put up little videos here and there saying we're coming back, don't worry, we're okay, things like that.
yeah, I think every time we tried though to come back though, it just something else happened or popped up or kind of just took away from our time to
Yeah, it took
yeah.
it was just a lot going on within a
Um,
year. A
yeah,
lot has
a
happened.
lot. So we're not gonna go really in depth with our life, but we are gonna do catch up.
Let's do
Um,
a mini catch up.
a mini
Just a
catch up, nothing crazy, but
yeah.
I know that you guys see there's only two of us right now. This is just a holiday special. Criss will be in future videos.
Yeah.
And she'll be in a few, and when she comes on, we'll definitely discuss like what that looks like and moving forward. But
Truth.
yeah, but as of right now, we just didn't want this season to go by without
Without us just doing something. Just
yeah.
something,
And hopefully just, this is definitely not just going to be specials, us getting right back into this
Hopefully weekly or bi-weekly. We'll
yeah.
see how life takes us.
Yes, but we do want to be more consistent.
Yeah.
And so we definitely want to get back on
Yeah.
it.
Totally.
um but to kind of catch up, I guess just in a sense, I started in this process when we had first started podcasting. I wasn't really working at the time. And so it just gave me opportunity to like do something that I really wanted to do. And, we made it work, even though I had started back working again. And then that just kind of swamped me. So,
I don't think it just swamped you. It
yeah,
swamped all of us because also Crisscross was
transitioned into
transitioning into a new position, and we had the time and we were
then we
making it work,
yeah.
and then everybody was busy.
Right, and then we didn't have the time.
There was no more
There was no more
time.
time. There was no more time. It was like time, no time.
No.
Yeah, our jobs really took a lot more precedence than
Yeah.
all of us had anticipated or expected. So, I think that was just the major reason
Mhm.
that a lot of us needed to take we all needed to take a
We
moment.
took a mini step back.
Yeah.
It was still something that and it still is something that we want to do. As you can see, we don't even have big mics right now. We're doing on small mics. We've upgraded a little bit of things, and this is something that we are very passionate about, and we
Yeah.
enjoy these conversations
Yeah.
and being on video. Even though when we did first start, we didn't have video,
No.
and now we have a video feed,
Yeah.
so you can see us and you can see our expressions
Yeah.
and what we look like, because
Right.
we
But
are
this is still audio. You'll still hear
you'll
this
still
on the
are, yes,
podcast.
yes, yes, yes. So we it's still a passion of ours, and we want to continue it. We don't want this to stop.
Yeah. I think we even like a lot of conversations we had outside of this, we were like, wow, this would be great
This is
to
a
talk,
great topic to
like to
talk
talk
about.
with like the, everyone can hear this because we're having these conversations, and this is what really drew us. Spooksville. This is
Gross.
this is what really drew us to podcasts in the beginning, was because we always had these very interesting conversations, and we know that when we talk to other people and friends and each other, we wanted to have you guys,
Interact with
interact
us.
with us in about our topics and what you thought about it.
Yeah.
So
So yeah,
yeah,
life has been that type of thing. I mean, I'll talk a little bit very simply. I do look a little different. I am on a huge weight loss journey. It is something that I do want to talk about because it's very important to me as well. Um, so that's something in a future episode that I really want to dive into,
yeah,
and what's happened not just within this year but prior to this year,
yeah.
and the steps that we've taken with that.
Hmm.
Besides that, I think everything else with me is the same.
Yeah.
I think I was the most consistent. I've been at the same job. We working,
Yeah, I
we've
think
been
out of the
doing
three of us, you definitely were probably the
most
most
consistent.
consistent.
Yeah.
But I also just between the three of us, we've experienced quite a bit of things with our families and people around
Ups,
us.
downs.
A lot more unexpected downs than we anticipated, which,
Yes.
that happens. It's a life. But, when it's too consistent or too frequent, it takes a toll on
Yeah.
people. So that also brought us back a little bit. But, other than Kimberly and her amazing weight loss, and also when we do talk about that, that has been a journey for
And
me
it's been a
for
journey
quite
for
a
us
few
for a couple of
years.
years. I mean, this
So
started with,
as
especially
well.
with us, for a very long
Yeah,
time.
so something we'll delve more
So yeah, I
into.
think that's a we'll talk
But
about.
another life altering change that happened pretty early this year with my very, very secretive and conspiratorial darling sister here. Um, along with my partner, they very much, along with many other people in my life, my mom included, and friends, they shocked me. And a new part and chapter in my life is I'm now newly engaged. So that is
Yeah,
something
it was stressful. I've been through a lot of stress this year.
that
All right, a lot of stress this year. I've really sat down and thought about this. A lot of stress this year.
Yeah, as you guys know, I don't speak about we don't speak about our partners too often, and when we do, it's very much part of topics that we have. But it was quite a surprise and life altering change. So as I'm now going down this path of not just being with my partner who we just celebrated 5 years with, but now, um, now my it's my fiance, and now
Yeah,
what
it's different. What does that look
and what
like?
does that look like? And you wouldn't think that going from girlfriend, boyfriend, partnership kind of thing, which we're always going to be partners. But when you transition titles, it actually does have a different effect.
And
And it's surprisingly what I've been experiencing in these last couple months.
mhm,
Definitely something I would like to further discuss,
yeah.
and what other people think and experience, because I'm very surprised at
And
a
someone who's not in that, on the outside in,
yeah,
I mean, I'm seeing it through them,
yeah,
and it's different.
shockingly,
Shocking, even for a person,
yeah,
me, who I see it all the time with them. So because I am their little third wheel, what I love.
yeah.
It's perfectly fine. Um, I I would love insight on that as well,
Yeah.
you know?
I don't think I thought that titles or things like that would change. Again, I think we've spoken about how the wedding thing wasn't a dream of mine as a kid,
Mhm.
but
Neither mine.
now going through this process and this stage that we're now in, it's very interesting.
It's
So
this
that's
could be
definitely
another conversation.
excellent. Excellent.
This is my kind of this is a convo that will hopefully happen soon,
Yeah.
so just a little background on us for the past year. A lot of stress,
Yeah.
a lot of changes. I
Yeah,
mean,
good,
good changes.
some
Some
not so
bad,
good,
things happen.
and things life
But
happen, but
life is life, and when it gives you oranges, make lemonade, okay?
exactly.
So
And keep moving, keep
keep moving.
pushing.
Like Dory said, just keep
Just
swimming.
keep swimming, just keep swimming.
Yeah, so
So, and this episode is probably going to be a little longer because, of course, we haven't been around in a while.
and a little bit.
But we're definitely going to touch on some things that we have missed during the year, or some things that we have been wanting to talk about. I know Kimberly and her topics, and
My little nerdy
I'll
stuff.
have my little stuff, and then we're gonna have some spooky things, and then from there some upcoming, and then of course we can't leave without a recommendation.
But
So
why would we not have recommendations? This is still my kind of convo. I'm still gonna recommend something for you
that was,
to
yeah,
look through.
of course,
It's your choice.
yeah.
Your choice.
So yeah, so yeah, Kim.
Let's start with a little bit of nerdy stuff. So I have been amazingly privileged this year as well. And I did do it last year. This year I did two. I work with Diana Tita Art
Mm-hmm.
on Instagram, who is a great friend of mine who was my manager at a previous
That tends
job.
to happen. That tends to happen.
She was my manager at a previous job. Honestly, we never really worked together like that, but we got
Oh.
kind of close.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been doing artwork for 10 years,
Yeah.
over 10 years. And she's so good.
Now, is this
And
just something that she, just always was just something she did as a hobby or on her side?
when she first started doing art, it was like a hobby, and then she quit the job we were at
Mm,
to do her art full time.
yeah, it'd be like that.
It'd be like that. And I have one of her first pieces, which I absolutely love.
Mhm.
I have many of her pieces now. Um, and I got to work with Diana not just at and New York Comic Con
Yeah.
this year for 4 days, but I also worked with her at Anime NYC
Mm.
for 4 days,
Yes,
pretty
you
much.
did. Yes.
So I put up a video on my Anime NYC. This was not my first time being at Anime NYC. It was my second. Um, and this is my first time as an exhibitor.
Mhm.
So I highly enjoyed it. And being an exhibitor versus being someone who's going to cons
Yeah.
is a totally different thing.
Yes, it
It is a
is.
totally different thing.
Yeah.
And we really enjoyed ourselves. We had a great time. New York Comic Con really took the cake for us this year. We
Mhm.
did okay at Anime NYC. It wasn't the right crowd we feel for a lot of things. Um, Diana, this is her business. This is her baby.
Right.
And I've worked with her before. Last year I did work with her also at New York Comic Con. So I already knew her stuff.
Yeah.
I'm in it for the long haul with her.
Yes.
I love her so much. And this year was one of her best years at New York Comic Con
Nice.
ever
Yeah.
in the 10 years that she's done this. And she does a lot of things around New York City. She does a lot of things, and I'm so happy to be a part of this journey with her.
Yeah.
Um, I myself got hurt at New
She
York
sure
Comic
did.
Con
She sure
this year,
did.
and Powerhouse did through.
She sure did.
I
Limping
limped
around.
around the whole maybe 2 out of 4 days. Two and
Yes.
a half out of 4 days.
Yeah.
I think I pulled a muscle in my knee, but you know what? We
Crazy.
got it through. And we powerhoused and totally enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Fully.
I have to say, like, between last year when you did it
Yeah.
to this year, definitely just seeing, because last year I think I only went one day as well. This year I only went one day as well.
Mhm.
And just the difference in, again, you sold a lot last year, and then the amount that you sold this year, and then had to like replenish or backups and stuff. Like, you were like, yo, we were like getting down to the end of things, which is crazy. Like, that's a good thing.
Such a
Like,
good
when
thing.
you could like sell majority of your work, and then you have to actually find the work to sell, like that
I
just
think
means you're
we
doing
sold
well.
out on so much. Like she has backstock that we do have behind our tables.
Yeah.
But she went home and found extra backstock
Yeah.
and said, I don't have any more paper to print.
Right. It's crazy.
So
That's a good thing.
it's an amazing thing.
It's like good and bad at the same
It's good
time
and bad at
because
the
you're
same
like, I did enough thinking that I would be selling it all 4 days, not knowing that this is just the one day and now I have to find for the next
We
3
were
days.
so busy. And we were great. Now, the best.
Oh my God. She considers this the best.
It is.
I consider this very heartbreaking.
Okay. So, out in the wild, while Diana and I were
In the wild.
Yes, I say it's in the wild because it is in the wild. Okay, so I gotta paint the picture here. So Comic-Con, if you've never been to a convention, there's aisles. You got to go down every aisle because there's so many different things on every aisle.
You guys were in like 1400 this year.
We
so
were in the
pretty
1400s.
early.
Yeah. And
like in the front.
And our booth was just really cold.
And it was like their booth, like if you're going down like a grocery aisle, it's not at the beginning of the aisle, but towards the back of the aisle. So the thing about the being at the back too is a lot of people jumble up in the back as well as like
because there's food in the back aisles.
Yeah.
So we are very close to the back. We have like one double booth next to us with some awesome people. We have like another double, triple booth next to us. Another group of amazing people. We were all really like cooling it out. We were chilling. And in the wild, we are helping customers, talking to them because that's what we do. And someone passes by.
God.
And I see this person and I lock eyes.
Oh my God.
Locked eyes hard. I looked and my eyes got wide. And I said, oh my God. And in the wild with their kids, which look amazing as well, is David Krumholtz.
Oh my God.
Which a lot of people may not know. And I'm so sorry if I'm saying your last name wrong. David Krumholtz is the main character from the TV show Numbers. Was also in the Addams Family. Was it
Values?
Values. That's what I wanted to say. Values. He played the Wednesdays.
The original Wednesday. Okay,
Christina
guys. So
Ricci.
I'm talking like Angelica Houston. I'm talking like Christina Ricci.
Yes.
I'm talking the second movie, Addams Family Values. He played Christine Wednesday's
love interest. Love interest.
But like dorky and then her little mini
Yes.
Gomez-ish.
He was also in The Santa Claus. He played Bernard.
Well known. So if you don't know anything else we said, definitely know that he plays Bernard
in the Santa Claus. Okay. He's done so many things. Oppenheimer, Sausage Party, as a voice actor.
He's going to be in the upcoming James Gunn Supergirl movie.
Yes, he is.
Playing Supergirl's father. Okay. So I know Kimberly is going to tell you what happened, but you guys have to understand. I have loved this guy since the Addams Family Values when I saw it. And I just seeing him as Bernard and Santa Claus, that was my guy. And then when I stalked him into Numbers.
Yes,
okay.
She did.
I watched every episode because he was in it. It wasn't because it's about a genius little brother who uses numbers. Who cares about math? Uses numbers to figure out murders and cases. Oh, who cares? He's there talking. I want to be sitting there watching. That's my guy.
So let's continue. We lock eyes. I say, oh my God, I know it's him. He sees me. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I step away from the customers who were in front of us. Now Diana sees what I see and she gets starstruck. Complete starstruck. So we both forget the customers that we're helping. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Can I have a picture? And he's like, sure. And comes up to us and says, hi, my name is David. And gives me his hand. I said, hi, my name is Kim. My sister loves you. I said, and he said, "But what about you?"
And so to the next.
I love you too. And he graciously took a photo with me. I have a selfie on my phone of me and him. Then
We'll put it here. For those
I
that are
will
watching, I'll put it on here.
I will
And
definitely
it'll
put
be
up that
on.
picture. I will put it up on our Instagram. I will when this drops, it will be that picture up of me and him. And I look so starstruck. It's so bad. But took the picture with him. Diana comes over and says, "I love you too. I've watched every episode of Numbers. It helps me paint," because she is the artist. And he's like, "That's awesome." He's like, "Hi, my name is David." He is so amazing. And he then just he takes a picture with her as well, and our adrenaline is just on 18,000. And he says, "Oh my gosh, I think we have some of this artwork in my home." She almost
I
faints.
would evaporate.
She almost faints. And we say, "Thank you so much. You have made our con." He's like, "Honestly, you guys have made this con
Oh
amazing
my
for
God.
me."
I think I would have. You know what? I don't even. I already know what I would have did.
Yeah, I know what you
If
would
you guys don't know me, I would have.
You would have gone into a shell.
I would have hidden. I would have.
You would have gone under the
I
table.
would have. Yes, I would have hidden, cried, and tried to find the easiest escape.
Me, on the other hand, I'm like, I need to prove that I saw you.
It's bad. It's bad. I do not do well around celebrities,
You
especially ones that I
don't.
really, really like.
So, Criss over here, is okay. We are children of the '90s, and Power Rangers was a high thing. My full name, Pink
I mean,
Power
is there
Ranger.
a 90s kid that doesn't know the Power Rangers?
But you know what?
There might be.
There might be. But
it's a staple.
Yellow Ranger, Chris's favorite color is yellow. Yellow Ranger, that is her. Also, Yellow Ranger, us being people of color, was huge.
Oh yeah.
Very huge. That was, we did have the Black Ranger, but a female person of color
Yeah.
is a huge aspect for a child growing up and seeing themselves on the screen.
Right.
When we didn't have a lot of that.
Yeah.
Especially in a mixed area. We had it wasn't just African American, it was Caucasian, it was Asian,
white.
it was the dorky looking one, the jock, it brought everyone together. So having that.
Trini was my favorite, of course, hands down. And when the actress passed, it was heartbreaking across the board, but replacing her, of course, was tough for anybody to see and how they were going to do it. But I always felt that the two actresses after that came after
Karen and Nakia,
they're having them come in. They were two people of color, Black people, Black women. It was beautiful to see. And they do show up at the cons. I don't think I saw them this year. I didn't actively
They were there. They were both there, but they were way on the other side.
Oh no. It was hard to get to the other side.
It was very hard. So,
but
there was one year, and I said, "I'm going to do this for my sister." And I got Karen to actually sign a Yellow Ranger poster to her.
It was very nice.
And she's like, "Tell her to come here. I would love to meet her." I was like, "You are like one of her idols." Criss was 3 aisles away, waved, and ran.
Yep. Sure did.
And I'm like, she was like, "Don't force me, don't force me, don't force me." And she like teared up.
Well, it wasn't just her either. It was like a group of our friends, and they're all like literally trying to drag me and my partner. They're all trying to drag me to her.
He was in on it.
And she keeps saying, like, "Come." And I said, "No, I'm not going." And they were like, what is the problem? She wants to meet you. And I was like, absolutely not.
Mind
And
you.
I'm telling you, they're like literally trying to get me there. And I'm bawling.
Yeah. She ended up crying. So I was like, we're
No,
gonna
I
stop.
was
I'm just
bawling.
gonna get the picture. I got her to sign the picture. She wrote such a beautiful
She
note.
really did. It was very
And
nice.
I
That was
gave
more
it
than
to
enough for
Criss,
me.
and she starts crying again.
Yeah.
And she got a little closer when we walked past
Yeah.
again and just kind of waved.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
can't do it.
all, it's all they
I
needed.
think I would have passed out.
Yeah. So, and the funny thing is, you are communications
Weird.
media
Major.
major. Like, this is what you
I
want
went to school
to
and
do in life.
I started in communications and then it just transitioned into film media. So I definitely graduated doing a lot of media filming. I have a lot of uh, quite a few videos that
But you
are
can't even go
cataloged
up to a
that
actor.
I created in high school. I created a stage play in elementary school. I created a lot of videos in college for different courses that I took. I took film
Yeah.
very seriously. I was so in depth with it. But I don't know what it is. Something about meeting, and it's not just to say that I can't meet actors and actresses. It's just particular. Like, I guess it's the ones I really like
Really.
role model to me.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I have a tough time really going up to, or the ones I really have an interest in.
Yeah.
I've had the blessing of meeting some people in a certain line of work that I did. And it that work pertained to being around sets and being around actors and meeting people I didn't think I was
Mhm.
ever going to meet. And in those instances, I didn't have that like fear to like run
To
and
run.
hide and duck and whatever the case is. I was able to do what I had to do and just, keep it pushing. So there's a lot of them that they still see on TV and I'm like, I met them and they're so nice. Um, and or one of them, I remember this one actress, she's very well known. Um, and she's been in a couple different shows. And she she plays the mother in this show. I don't want to say who it is, but she plays the mother in this show. And we had a full on conversation, and we were talking about at you
I don't
know
even know who this is.
the
We're gonna talk
test
about this later.
the test we were talking about, and we were talking about the pandemic and everything, and she had asked about loss, and I brought up about our own what
Our
we've
own loss, our
experienced,
own
our own
grief.
loss, and they were like, she was so genuinely like passionate, and like she was just so compassionate to what happened, and she was like, if we weren't going through what we go through, I would give you a big hug. She was like, right, thank you so much. And I was just like, no, honestly, like, you know, people like us, we're doing what we're doing and we just keep moving. And she's
Yeah.
just like, she actually listened. It wasn't like something in a situation where it was like, okay, everyone goes, no, she actively listened, felt, had this empathy, and then, thanked me for doing what I was doing. And then she was like, I really wish you the best and hope to see you again, and kept it pushing. And I was just like, wow, that was quite an experience. But it didn't give me the feeling like when I met them, because this is someone I've seen on TV on different things. And I was just
Yeah.
like, I wasn't like, oh my God, it was just like I was doing what I'm doing. But having that conversation, I was just like genuinely thankful.
Mhm.
But again, I met quite a few people during that period of time and I didn't feel like running and hiding. But I feel like my idols, like somebody I'm really like, I'm sorry, you guys know like, if you don't know, Johnny Depp.
Oh my
Mwah,
gosh,
I love
she
that.
would run.
I would probably, I don't know.
You would faint.
I would see him and then I would see Jesus. Because then it would just be like,
I
Jesus, did I just see Johnny
I
Depp? And
think
Jesus would be like, you did, but I didn't. You're kind of early. You're way too early. I'd be like, I think you
go back.
shouldn't have put him there.
Put him
Like,
there.
if you're gonna put me back, can you do it after he's gone? And they're like, but you're gonna get cold.
Yes.
We sacrifices. Sacrifices.
Done.
But sorry to not digress too much. Yeah, that year was That was a fear.
I think I have a couple of people that would be me,
No.
and I wouldn't know what to say.
Yeah. I think that's the instance.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think I see I've met in a line of work, I've met many celebrities, um, with them just walking
I do
through
remember. Yeah.
or just having to work events, and I'm meeting celebrities, and
Right.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Like, to know that these people are very much down to earth and things
Mm.
like
I
that.
remember you telling me a couple of
Yeah, of
people you
people I've
met.
met, and they're so kind, and and seriously, I think there's a couple of, sorry, but bigger actors that I know I probably will never meet. That I will be like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I can't speak.
Right, 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 right.
Like, one of mine is Lin Manuel Miranda. I probably
It's
I've
okay.
followed him for so many years.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
that's just we're gonna just leave that alone.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we're
we'll
gonna
talk about
continue.
that another day.
um, so that was my Comic Con adventure.
Yeah, I mean, going the one day that I did, we went with a friend and my fiance, and it was a lot. I think this year was
It was
it
a
was I think it
lot.
was just a to me it was really, and I know we're probably want to talk about more in depth, but I felt it was catered more to the bigger companies than our smaller venues that we are used to seeing.
There,
I didn't feel there was a lot of like the comic book people or a lot of the cards and stuff. Like I feel like there
um,
was not as much as like I saw larger, bigger um
stuff.
stuff.
I've made a lot of friends
Mhm.
going to cons who do this. This is their living. This is their
Uh,
livelihood. And there were a lot of things that happened, especially leading up to this con, that I didn't like. And I think that's something we're going to talk about probably on a later episode. There's just a lot going on with bigger names and things of that sort. And not this is just experience that I have had as a person.
yeah, and someone who's been going to cons for
Cons
like
for
over what?
I've been going to New York Comic Con for over 14 years.
Yeah.
Even during the pandemic, I have tickets.
Yeah.
So, um this is I've gone to New York Comic Con, I've gone to Special Edition Con, I have gone to Anime NYC. I have not gone to a lot of smaller cons. I've been invited to San Diego
Which I
Comic Con.
highly recommend.
Um,
Smaller cons.
Smaller cons are amazing.
Mhm.
It's getting, I would love to. There's also Big Apple Con here in New York. There is
Mhm.
also Brooklyn Con. There is also
There's a
Westchester
black
Con.
con.
There is
Oh
a
my
Black
god.
Con. Oh, Blurred Con.
Blurred
That
con.
is another con I would love to go
I
to.
think I saw that, like, it popped up and I was like,
I have a
definitely
couple
a
of
go-to.
friends who actually go to there, and one of my convention friends is one of the founders.
Wow.
They
Yeah.
also do, there's so many things that I've met so many
Yeah.
amazing people and gotten so many insight, and I love this opportunity not just for me, but to be part of this community.
Yeah.
And I'm not a person who cosplays, but I love to dress up for Halloween.
Of
But
course.
I actually cosplayed for my first time for Anime NYC this year. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Maybe next year I will do a nice cosplay.
Mhm.
But for right now,
Yeah, I think there needs to be a little bit more, and there will be more conversation because a lot of things that did happen prior to this one, a lot of changes brought on by Repop, and then a lot of decisions like that came up that were kind of questionable on their end, concerning a lot
concerning a
of
lot of vendors.
vendors, and just decisions. I think all overall for a lot of people who've been going for a long time, like you said, you've been going for 14. I believe this is like my eighth or ninth year going
Yeah.
to con, New York Comic Con, which opened me up to a lot of other stuff, and just from where I started
To
prior
now,
to
it's
now, and then seeing
huge.
the changes and the growth and the different ways that it's gone, like I think that would be like just so a lot of us who have been going for a long period of time and now are feeling very A lot of changes that we've experienced, and very like, what's the word? Not to say that cons still aren't a thing, but it's
Just
definitely,
remember that this started as a comic convention,
yes. And like
not
the loss of
a
that, I
I
think.
think it's the loss of
Yeah.
that. This all started as a comic convention, not a entertainment convention, not a big name convention.
Yeah. I
This
mean,
is
things always grow and you always expect it to get better.
yes.
But I think it's just,
There's certain
when does it
things.
lose the essence of what it was and it just becomes a money grab
Correct. So that and that's a conversation we definitely can touch on
and venture
later
down?
on and
Yeah.
venture through. Um, I also wanted to talk about a lot of things. Oh, as we all know, I am a gamer.
Mhm.
I like my games.
Mhm.
There's a couple of games I've been playing, and I always am open to telling me a game to
Yeah.
play. Seriously, I have almost every system out there.
And she says that mostly handheld.
I love a handheld
Mostly
system.
handheld.
Let's this is me being real.
Yeah.
I love a handheld system. Do I have console? Yes. Do I have a computer right now?
Yeah.
No, my laptop
Oh.
died on me.
Oh yeah.
She
Sorry.
died. I had her for 15
Yeah.
years. No, I had her for like no, I'm right. I had her for like 15 years. And she completely died. My laptop was my gamer thing. I do have a desktop, but she's not really hooked up like that.
But
Um,
you did read.
I built the desktop.
She did, and she does have it, and
I just
and
have to
fixed a
it's
new.
fixed. It works.
Yeah,
I just need to like really hook it up.
it's massive and
It's
beautiful.
massive and beautiful.
Yeah,
Very
nice donation.
very beautiful donation. I built that myself because I've this is what I do. And I like to try new game. Like there's another game I wanted to try which showed up a lot at Expedition 33.
Mhm.
It is on my list to play.
Okay,
Right now, I have played Assassin's Creed Shadows, which I highly enjoy.
so as my fiance,
Oh my god,
he
I
wrapped
love
that up pretty
Assassin's
quickly.
Creed. Assassin's Creed it plays a very special role for us, especially our sibling, our brother who passed. He was a huge Assassin's Creed player and
Massive.
I play in his honor.
Yeah,
And I've never really played. I played with him and he really played and I was just there watching.
yeah, me too.
So this is one of the first ones that I've really like delved into like really hardcore and I love it so much.
Yeah,
I absolutely love Assassin's Creed Shadow and I haven't played in a little bit. But I have that. I also got another game, Ghost of Yotai, which is just like Assassin's Creed
Mhm.
in the same era. Have I started it? No. Do I have it though? Yes.
It's good to have it, so that it's right
It's
there
right
and
there.
on the list. Right after
Um,
you finish, you go right back into.
well, this
You
is the
know.
thing. Assassin's Creed is on pause right now.
Oh,
She is on pause. Reason being, and people will know. Pokemon ZA came out
oh boy.
October 18th, okay? 16th. I got my copy October 17th. Charged up my Switch and played. I've been playing, trying to play. Let's say that. Trying to play ever since because people got full-time jobs and life responsibilities.
Yeah.
Okay, those things came first.
Yeah.
Um I have been playing that. I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying it for the storyline right now. I am in my Pokemon games and this is also why I do not stream my gaming. I play my way. I like the way I play. Do not tell me to play any other way. I play my way
As you should.
as I should. And I do not understand shinies. I don't know the fascination about it. I don't really care for it. I'm huge in the storyline for Pokemon. I have played every single Pokemon game that has ever come out, including the dungeons, including Let's Go, and I still play Pokemon Go
Yeah.
every day. So I am a huge, huge Pokemon fan.
She
I have
does,
played
guys.
all the way back from original red and blue. I have played yellow. I have played soul silver. I've played silver. I've played gold. I've played heart gold. I've played scarlet. I've played violet. I've played X. I've played Y. I've played them all.
Mind you, I've been here for all of them.
It's the same story.
And it looks the damn same to me. I'm so sorry. We'll definitely have to talk about me
More in-depth conversation later on.
and my Pokemon issue another time in another therapy session.
But it is my game. I enjoy it so much. So the evolution of Pokemon, I do love it. There are some things about this game. I would love more insight on how other people feel about Pokemon games.
Oh, they also have that new one coming out that's very close to being like
Animal Crossing, I've played that too. So
Animal Crossing, but it's coming out. And I saw that it's a lot of people are very interested because it definitely is giving the Animal Crossing vibe, and so I've been hearing the excitement for this. So those are a lot of
there's I
things.
I give every game a chance. I have even like the other mobile games, I have played some of them and I'm like, I really don't like this. It's okay.
Yeah.
But I played it.
I think
It's
with
a Pokedia.
this year,
Pokepia.
I'm a gamer. I'm more of a computer gamer. I haven't played computer games, I think, since pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
Since the pandemic. Before that, you could catch me on a computer, my laptop, whatever. I'll be playing mostly computer games. I used to love Warframe on there, and I used to love I used to love Nancy Drew. Those games were my thing, and I
So
played a lot of games off of Big Fish.
Oh
A ton
yeah.
of puzzle games
Oh
and things
yeah.
like that. But work has been working, and
We've
definitely that was
grown, you
difficult.
know why? Because we got bills.
So I have so we
We
got
got
paid.
bills. Gotta pay
We got
bills.
play to we got to pay to play.
Yeah.
So
And a lot of games take money now.
yes, a
So
lot. I think the only thing that of course I play on my phone, which
yeah.
is different phone games. But the blessing of this year, I did get the opportunity, I think mostly towards the beginning to the end of summer with my, and maybe a little bit more because we paused for a bit. With my fiance, we played Split Fiction.
Oh, yes, you did. You played
We
that and It
play,
Takes
and
Two.
It Takes Two, which we didn't finish yet. We're still going through
You're
that
working on
one.
that.
But I didn't know we didn't know about It Takes Two before
Yeah.
Split Fiction, or we would have played that first and then we would have understood certain tidbits in Split Fiction, not knowing that, there were some Easter eggs in Split Fiction
From It Takes Two.
from It Takes Two. So yeah. But if I have to say one thing about that game, very much highly recommend if you have a friend, a really good friend you want to play with, or definitely with your partner, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, whoever. I do recommend you have to have the patience of a lamb.
Watching them play was the funniest thing
on me though.
was so funny because I loved and they didn't really, I never saw when you guys played like one at one place, one at another place. Y'all usually played in same place.
Yeah, I think we couldn't we could,
but you couldn't figure it out.
No, we could have figured it out. I think we did at one point with this one
with It Takes Two.
With It Takes Two.
Okay.
Yes, but
Split
with
Fiction,
Split Fiction, we wanted to be together.
Was so funny because I would just sit and watch, and I am such an observer, and to watch him get upset and her say, "Well, I'm doing it. I'm doing it." Oh, that's what I was doing. And then this little character is just standing there. Or she would die. And then he's like, "Where are you?" And it pulls me back to like those Key and Peele skits.
Oh my gosh.
Megan! I'm here!
That one when they in the movie
Movie.
and she's like looking around, Andre,
Entree.
where are you? And he's like, I'm here.
Here.
Yeah.
Shh, me
And
get
then he's like, turn around.
round.
And she'll turn around and she'll do a 360.
360.
I don't see you, Andre. And he's
And
like,
then she's gonna
why you turn all the way around? Yeah, that
yeah, it was
was
and this didn't happen once. This happened multiple times. At this, it got to a point where they just had to stop playing. They're
yeah.
like, we need a break. And watching them, I was like, I need a break from y'all. It's too much.
Yeah. It definitely tests your relationship and your patience and understanding. I do say I made the most mistakes
So, but
in that
also, I have to
game.
put that as you haven't gamed for a while,
Yeah,
especially console gaming.
yeah.
And I mean, I console game. I do console game on my portal. So, but yo, you haven't gamed in a long time.
It was,
And
but you know what? It was bad in a way that I think when we were doing that one period where we were like consistently on it, I was getting it, and it was good,
yeah,
and he
yeah,
was patient, with me, and I think there was just, like, one time I had to give him the controller, but I was very proud of myself for all the other times I didn't have to give it up, and I really did my best. I have to say, though, the storylines, the character development, the characters themselves, from beginning to end, we did all the side missions as we were doing it,
that's great.
so we didn't miss anything,
So y'all got 100% on the game.
yeah. I
Nice.
mean, he wouldn't let me
Oh yeah, he's
skip
very
those
adamant.
parts.
Her partner is very, very
I'm
adamant
very much
about
checking everything.
100% on a game. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
they got me a game which I'm obsessed with. Astrobot, another game I started
Oh,
and
yeah.
haven't finished. Um,
Yeah.
also on pause. I got upset at a section, so I put it down. I love Astrobot. I am obsessed with Astrobot. They finished that game, I think, at 95% because they couldn't do the final mission, like the final mission after the final mission.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need you to chill. I was like, I need you. Oh, you're missing all. I need you to. And this is why I don't game in front of your partner, because I game my way. Okay. Don't ask
Like
me.
they game their way.
They game their
Exactly.
way. I game my
Yes.
way.
Yeah.
Don't. So when I put a game down, don't be like, "Oh, you didn't finish it." I know I
Yeah.
didn't finish it. It's okay.
I also say if you're gonna play with your partner, especially split fiction or any kind of game where it's a dual game and it relies on each other or anything, be sure that you're sure that what you're getting into, that you're either gonna do all of everything or you're gonna say, I'm skipping the side stuff and we're just gonna do the main storyline.
Gotcha. Yep.
Not to say that the side stuff wasn't interesting. It was. But I do
mean,
think that was the one game that I played that I thought was like pretty cool
I think
to have
you guys
fun with
really had
it.
a lot of fun
Yeah.
watching you. At least I
Yeah.
saw
Yeah.
that it was very fun.
Highly
I
do
think
recommend.
I think it's very funny.
Yeah.
So gaming, yes, definitely send me some games. I don't really do horror games. I will watch other people do horror games. Like Silent Hill F, I think is so fascinating. Will I play it? I will tell you right now, no.
Yeah.
I will watch somebody else do it.
I like horror games, but I do agree. I don't think I could play them. Like I like you. I think we're so used to watching our parent do it.
Yes, our
Our
father used to play huge back in the day Resident Evil 2.
Oh, not even just 2.
He played them. He played a lot of horror games.
Them for like a while.
Yeah, and we were there.
Yeah.
And
we would just watch.
We were watching. So
yeah.
I enjoy watching a good horror game.
Yeah.
Will I participate? I cannot say yes.
I also think that it's just with those games, I'm all about the storyline, so I get kind of peeved with certain things. So I just want to get through the story itself.
Yeah.
Like I am excited, like the new Resident Evil game coming out. I'm very excited.
So excited.
I'm very excited, but I just want to watch.
There's certain streamers that we do like to watch play certain games.
Yeah.
So who do these types of games. Now they have their own lives and some of them have, moved on. So we do need to find more new ones. If you have a certain streamer that does that as well and is a very interesting in gameplay, we're willing to,
Give him a view.
watch them and give them a view.
Yeah,
I
sure.
definitely will let us know about that.
Yeah,
We are those. We're just so weird and nerdy. I
yeah.
love it. But
Yeah, like I'm always good with like putting it on in the background. If I'm like I have nothing else to watch, I'll watch like them streaming a
yeah, I
game or
love
doing a
that.
game or while I'm doing something. It's just a good watch just to
Mhm.
see like how the gameplay is. Again, also like Little Nightmares. It's not really a
You
horror.
like Little
I really do.
Nightmares.
I think it's the cutest,
The new
weirdest
one is
game.
coming out, 3
My
is coming
fiance
out.
has spoken to me about us playing it
Oh, you're
together,
gonna play
and it's
3?
very high consideration. I think after we do
Finish
finish
It Takes
Takes
Two.
Two, I definitely want to delve into it.
I'm
I've watched the
surprised.
first two, and I thought they were really good. I even did a little gameplay when at the con that when it first came out, and
Oh, the
I was
first
like,
one.
it was
Yes, you
so
did
good.
say
I
that.
played it
Yes, I
and
remember.
I loved it, but I never got the games. But I was always intrigued, so I watched them because, of course, like I said, life was busy. But this one is very interesting because it has a partner. It's a two-player
It's
game,
two-player.
and from the bits of gameplay that I did see and what they had at Comic Con, I'm very much interested. So I would definitely want to play this
Oh, I'm
one
interested.
and take it from there. Yeah.
Oh,
So those,
all
but I
right.
agree. Horror games are not my thing to play, but and it's not like movies I'll watch.
Oh, we'll watch
But
any type of horror
I'm
movie.
not. It's not my thing to play, but it is my thing to
Definite,
watch.
definite.
Yeah.
So last thing on my list here, we, as you know, are a very avid book people.
Mm,
So this also goes back to cons and gaming and all of this. Uh this is the first year back since prior pandemic
yeah.
that BookCon has come back and we actually got tickets. So it's not happening until next year, April.
Yes.
So we have some time on it
Yes.
that we are we are very big book people.
Yeah.
We have a lot of books.
You can't see the other side of the room, but
It's
our
books
library of
is
books.
over full of books,
Yeah.
any
It's
type of book.
yeah.
Um, we are very well rounded in books. My TB, and this is all in all honesty, my TBR is 150 deep and adding daily.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just on the list that I have, not on other platforms
Yeah.
in other ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and
For
whenever I
yeah,
meet somebody and they talk about they're a book person, I always ask them for a recommendation
recommendation.
and I add that book to my list.
Yeah.
Now I do give books a chance. There are books I'm just like, "Oh my god, this was so bad.
Yeah.
This was really bad."
Yeah.
Where and I read I definitely read all genres. I go all the way from young adult all the way to adult, including children
Yes.
books. To we're big Nancy Drew original, like yellow cover, old school Nancy Drew books. Though that is one collection that I am willing to put out a lot of money for to buy all the way from Carolyn Keene, that whole collection
Yeah.
of yellow books. Um, we are those are
Agatha Christie
huge.
for
Agatha
yeah.
Christie, old
I
school
I
English books,
I
Sir
think
Arthur Conan Doyle.
yeah, a lot of comics, a lot
We have
of
tons of comics. We do a lot of mythology. We do
yeah.
a lot of we have webtoon books. We have
I'm
um
addicted to webtoon. I had to take a break.
I also have like we also go back to William Shakespeare.
Oh yeah.
We
What?
we are very
Othello, Macbeth. That's
well-rounded.
where I think my little sides of dementia,
Yeah.
not dementia, but dementedness
I'm in.
comes from. I
Edgar
really
Allan
like a lot of
Poe.
the
Oh,
tragedies. Yeah,
yes. Love
Edgar
me
Allan
some
Poe.
Shakespeare.
Yeah,
Um,
we're
we're very
well rounded.
well-rounded in
And I
books.
do know that we're different and the similar in our tastes. We are very much into like the genres of mystery and horror, and I know a lot more
Thriller.
these last few years. We've been into and thrillers, but we a lot more into romances, romance comedies, which is surprising because that was never my thing.
Me neither.
But
And it's just in the
I think
last few years.
I know also because TikTok opens you up to exploring
Book
more,
talk.
but
Oh my God.
TikTok, Instagram, they introduce books that maybe you would have thought like that's not my thing. But then when
Mhm.
you really sit and hear from someone's perspective and you're like, let me give it a shot, and then you do it yourself, like you hear it yourself or you read it yourself, you're like,
Oh
what
my
was I
gosh,
missing?
what
And
was
then
I
you
missing?
kind of go down that path.
That rabbit
I
hole.
know for the last few years, other than my regular mystery and thrillers and horror books that I like to read, I've been very much into like webtoons. I've been sucking them down and sucking them dry, and now I'm like, I need a break.
I need to get back
And I
into
had to
them.
take a huge, massive break. But I because I don't have real time to like sit and turn a page sadly,
Mhm.
which sucks because I love turning pages and
I
reading.
just recently did that and I loved
Love it.
every second of it. I mean,
Yeah.
it took me a little bit longer to read a book, but I
It,
loved
it, it takes
every
a
second.
moment, and I just, and the sad part is by the time I want to read, it's the time where I'm turning a page and I'm falling asleep.
Yeah.
And then it's like I feel like I'm reading the same page 5 times in
Mhm.
1 week, and I have to keep restarting. So I do a lot more audibles lately, and
I do too.
I have lists upon lists. I just added like a ton today on Audible. I like to do there are a lot of free ones that are really good. And I definitely like hearing the story in my head and just seeing it happen and just going, oh my God, I wasn't expecting that. And it's good because it's those times where I'm driving, which is most of the time when I get to read my audibles or listen
Mhm.
to them, that when I'm driving in the 20, 30, 45 minute time, or I have that hour or so that I'm waiting for something and I'm in my car, that I can listen, that I take in everything that's happening. And I'm been reading a lot of those thriller love or love comedies or things like that. And I was
Yeah.
just like, I didn't think I liked this, but here I am. Or science
Mhm.
fiction ones. I'm a weird one because I grew up with science fiction, and yet it's not always my
It's not. We're
forte.
very well. I'm like I said, we're very well rounded in the book area. We're willing to
Yeah.
read any type of book.
Yeah.
Seriously, like any type of book.
Yeah, but it's not my
It's not my
go-to
go-to. It
book.
would
Yeah.
I in a bookstore am I'm walking straight towards the young adult section.
Right, right. I'm going straight to Agatha first to see any books I did not get. Agatha Christie's my
She your
girl.
girl.
Yeah.
She your girl.
I be going straight for that.
Yeah,
And
it's
then I'm
true
like,
though.
oh,
But I've read so
gotta,
many
and
of
then I'm
them.
like, and well, people have been coming and doing Agatha Christie books slash stories under her name, but they're not.
They're
They're
synonyms.
new, and it's not
Mhm.
her.
Right.
But it hasn't been bad.
Yeah, okay. So, we take it as we
Yeah.
take it. But like, yeah, definitely. I'm really excited for BookCon to see what it will bring. This is a different convention
Yeah.
altogether. It
Yeah.
is for books. I am not looking to meet any authors or anything like. I am looking for good books.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's what it is for me too. Just looking for really good
Good books.
books.
We're going and we are signed up for a whole weekend. We're going with a friend.
Yes.
So we're gonna take some pictures and
Guys, when
enjoy
I
it.
tell you, like, it's
This is a
so
huge thing.
I don't think I realized because BookCon when it first came out wasn't as popular.
It was not.
It did start during NYCC, and it was not in the Javits. They had it like
No, it
a
was
couple blocks away.
um
Uh,
not by the Manhattan Center.
well, across from
If
it.
you know New York. Yeah, it was just across. It was like a couple of blocks down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It wasn't that far. And I remember passing it and saying that because I believe that year I had like a 3 or 4 day pass. And I was like, oh, I'm going to come back. But because con was just so much, I didn't get a chance to go
Yeah.
and explore it. And they brought it back the next year. And then after that, it just disappeared. And then they said it wasn't coming back and it just got canceled. But people were really into
We
it.
were into it.
And then they surprised everybody with it. And when I tell you, we were all on it because it was ticket selling online. I popped on before, got in the queue. My friend Kim were all like on it, and I said, I'm in, I'm in, I'm in. And then I just bought out what we wanted, and in a half hour, they were sold out.
To know that people now the VIP tickets, the tickets we bought was just a regular weekend ticket. It was
Yeah.
$100 for the weekend. One day ticket was like $60. We're like, yo, let's just
Might
do
as
the
well just do a
weekend.
weekend because,
We're gonna do the weekend. We
yeah.
live here. It's not that big of a deal. We're gonna go with some wagons,
Yeah.
to carry our books.
Yeah.
We're not, we're just if we only go one day, we feel like
We accomplished it.
we accomplished it. We're not gonna
We did our
feel
task.
yeah, we're not gonna feel let out because we
Or
bought the
let down.
weekend let
Yeah.
down because we didn't go the second day. Not a big deal. Um, we we got out good because if people bought single days, you had to buy it was $60 for the single days.
Yeah.
There was a VIP ticket. Now the VIP ticket, I believe, was $900.
Oh, what that was for.
And that sold out.
Yeah.
And we were like, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
I think there was a higher one though that didn't sell out right away.
It didn't. I think the VIP was the highest. I think there was one right
Before
before
that was
the
like it was like
weekend
four
part.
something.
Yeah, it was like 400. And then it
Okay.
was like the super VIP for like 900.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are we doing?
Absolutely not.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I have to be like in the same hotel room as one of those authors to buy a
My favorite
900,
author.
like 1,000. Yeah, right.
No,
Like
no, no. It has
I
to be
get
with
to
my favorite
stay
author.
in the highest suite with my favorite author as my roommate
Yeah.
to be spending damn near $1,000.
And I have a collection of all their books. And
right,
they're gonna sign them all
all
for me.
signed.
And we're
Yeah.
gonna have lunch and dinner together.
Right.
And
Right.
it's gonna be a
Like
great weekend.
it's a whole like you're
A
my
whole
best
experience.
buddy. Right. Like you are my dream author and I get to spend the whole weekend with you. That's what it was.
That's what
for
it was.
$1,000.
I'm not paying. We
Damn
already
near
live
$1,000.
here. I'm not
Right.
paying that. Mind you, this convention, unlike NYCC, which is New York Comic Con,
Mhm.
is only part of the Javits Center.
Right. So
For
it's
these tickets to
and
sell out,
oversold.
yes, for these tickets to sell out, be oversold, and you're not having the whole Javits Center, which New York Comic Con takes up the whole Javits Center, plus the North Tower and the queue areas, all of them, plus the rooms at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's nuts to me. And these tickets sold out max, I think, within 2 hours.
Not even well, max if you consider like the VIP.
Peace. Yeah.
But in a half hour, ours was done. The
Yep.
single days were done.
Yeah.
It was boom. People were like, "What's going on? What do you mean you're sold out?" They're like, "We're sold out. We're done." And I was just like, "In a half hour?" It took me like not. It didn't take me long to get in because I'd gotten before. But if you could imagine if I had been late, so excited, and so
excited.
hopefully
So
we can.
that's gonna be a interesting.
Yeah.
We'll do like a book haul.
Yes.
Now, like I said, we taking a wagon because them books is heavy.
Yeah.
Books is heavy, and most of the books that you get from book conventions,
Yeah,
are hardcovers.
Yeah.
And ARC books.
I mean, usually on a con weekend, and I mean, something we'll talk more about just like experiences over the years, the different things we've done, especially if we do like long periods of days. Usually we do like a hotel in the city. This way we don't, or, and very close by, so we don't have to carry a lot of stuff. Even though we do live in the city, we also know it's not close to the convention.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're so exhausted from walking in the day and everything you've done that you just need somewhere close to just drop stuff and lay your head down.
Yeah.
So one of those experiences is that but with books is a different it's like it's very, like that's a lot.
heavy.
And driving in when there's a
You
con,
don't drive into a
I
city.
never do that
You
because it
never
is
drive into the city.
expensive. I'd rather take any kind of form of transportation other than my own car.
Yeah. So,
But we'll talk more about that and just what we've experienced and how we've had to adjust for certain cons in certain years. And
conventions in total, like
Yeah.
we have a lot of experience for conventions.
yeah, a lot of things I learned. And I think there's a lot of tips and things I wish certain cons would do again that they don't do, so that it would be a good experience for newbies or
Yeah.
people who've never been. So yeah, hopefully we'll talk to you guys soon about like what that looks like, and definitely just in general.
Yeah, conventions, gaming, all that nerdy stuff.
Yeah,
I'm down for it. Like, if you have any videos or other things you'd like me to check out, definitely send them our way. We still are on all social platforms.
Yes,
Definitely send us a message.
I think one more thing just to touch on before you finish your nerdy stuff. We didn't get to talk about different movies that came out.
There's so
I didn't get to see the Superman. Don't judge me. I know
I
it's
haven't seen it
out. It's
either.
on Max. I know. I just haven't had a chance to check it out.
Life been lifing, you guys.
I definitely want to see it. But I do know you saw Fantastic Four.
Okay, there's a lot of controversy over this. Now, Fantastic Four, I believe it's November 5th, is going to be on Disney Plus. Um, I would love other people to watch it too. Now, in my opinion, I went in there with an open mind and an open heart. I did enjoy this movie. I
I
did.
think we'll have to further discuss,
This is going to be a further
and I still have to
discussion
see it too. So
after.
I've
This is going to
yeah.
be so like people are going to be like, "Oh, I
No,
know
I don't
it."
think so. I think some people
I
they
think
have a different opinion. That's
everyone
all.
has a different. I think if you have not seen this movie and you are waiting till November 5th for it to watch, honestly, go in with an open mind. Go
I
in
think a
with
lot of
an
people do go with
open
others in mind.
mind. And I okay, and I'm also, I go back to the comic books when I see certain things, and I have to relay it back to the comic books, especially this Marvel phase. There's a lot of things going on with this Marvel phase that we really got to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
it
goodness.
hurts
It
in
does.
certain
It
places.
does.
And just thinking about it, Marvel
Yeah.
phase, we got to talk about James Gunn and DC.
My goodness.
We got to talk about James Gunn
My
and
goodness.
DC.
Oh,
There's so much that has come out in animation as well.
I still have to watch
The
Marvel
Commanders, Marvel
Zombies.
Zombies.
And then there was Ironheart, which I haven't seen either, but I do want to give it its shot. And I've heard some stuff, but I'm like, I need to see it. So there's that. And then I know there's just been a lot of things in the Marvel Disney world and
Oh, so
the
much.
the it's a lot.
It is a
But also
lot.
there have been other movies that came out, but
There's tons of movies. We are really looking at Marvel v DC in idea
mhm.
wise,
Mhm.
as those movies. Now we also have to look at other movies that are not Marvel v DC and are still comic book oriented.
Wow.
There's a ton of those as well.
Oh boy.
So, or that have brought in a supernatural take,
Yeah.
such as Weapons, such as what is the other one? Sinners.
Oh, yeah.
So there are these movies that are to the masses, and they are coming back comic book wise. But we're talking about TV shows. The Last of Us has now come back with now these other spin-offs. We have Daryl Dixon that's coming out. You
Yeah.
know, there's so
You mean like The
much,
Walking Dead?
yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
so
my
much
I
happening.
gotta like my fiance's watched it all. And I've actually had the opportunity of watching the one that and forgive me if I don't remember the title because there are so many, but it was the one with Negan and I got the other character's name. And mind you, I didn't watch The Walking Dead.
I'm
Please don't
not.
judge me.
We haven't watched Walking Dead.
Um, but their series spin-off, and it was pretty interesting just
It was good.
watching their series spin-off. I saw a majority of it, but it was interesting. I was like, oh, okay, all right, I see what you're going. But of course I'm not an avid the Walking Dead fan. I was more of a fan of the comic than the
The
series.
comic was
um
absolutely amazing.
but it was interesting
Huge
to watch,
book.
and their side, their spinoffs haven't been that bad either,
Yeah.
so it was
And
pretty
also,
interesting to
like,
watch.
we gotta talk about the boys. We gotta talk
Oh
about
my
Gen
gosh,
V.
Jen!
We I
It's
know.
like I still have to finish the second season of Gen V. I believe 3 episodes in, and I still have to watch the next one. And I'm not
There's
gonna
that.
go into it,
We
but
can't go into it right now.
my heart wasn't gonna continue it when I found out that they were even coming out with the second series, and I was like, how are they going to do this? So there's we lost an actor, and I was just like,
Oh,
how are they going
my
to do
heart.
this? And I don't want to like, we got to talk about this in another episode, but I just don't know. Like,
Where is it gonna go?
I know what they did, and I'm like, okay, and I see what they're trying to do, but I'm just like, a lot of things.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
We got that. We got Gen V.
uh,
We got
and the boys is coming
The
back too,
Boys
so
is coming
that's a
back.
whole nother
Then
thing.
we also have oh my gosh. Wednesday season 2 came out
Oh
already.
my gosh, I
So there's so much nerdy and movies, and I'm not just talking about Marvel DC, I'm talking about just
yeah,
movies in general
yeah,
have been a little bit of an uptick, and there's some a little bit of a downtick. But these are this is gonna happen. I swear I am
yeah.
binge watching so much, but as of right now, because it is spooky season,
And don't
I
forget the
am
Sandman.
oh my gosh, Sandman. Oh my gosh, that
Oh
too
my
has come
god.
out. We've missed so much in this year.
I watched
So
it
much.
already. I
Yes, it's
watched
already
a
been
lot.
watched.
It's been
But
watched.
um those are things like to talk about, like
Yeah.
we should just do a movie day and then a TV show day.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot to
It's
take
just a
in.
lot
A lot that
to a
happened.
lot has happened that we ourselves are just like, "Oh my gosh, I did that? Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
We
happened."
watched that. We saw
We
that.
saw
We
that
experienced
already.
that. Yeah.
So, that is yeah, yeah. So, we're gonna move on from my nerdy section at this point. Gaming, movies, TV shows, cons,
That was a
boom.
lot. That was
That's it. That's
That's
all I
something
got.
like that.
That's all I got.
In 1 year.
That's all I got.
Oh, all right. So, you guys know that I always talked about like different kinds of relationships, and we live where we can't help that.
Yeah.
You have family relationships, you have friend relationships, you have work relationships. That's just human nature
Mhm.
at this point. But it's something that as we're going through life, I've also, asked questions, figured things out, learning things, growing. So, as when it comes to these things, definitely want to venture down more like opinions and things that we hear, family, friends, and co-workers, and especially like I mentioned, there's a lot that's been happening in my new life journey, and trying to grasp, I guess, in my myself, take in along with my fiance, and when opinions matter and when they don't,
Mm,
and doing what's best for not just what I think is best for me, but what's
mhm,
best for me and my fiance,
mhm,
and when is it good for us and when is it not good for us, because
mhm.
it's not just me and him anymore, it's a we situation. So delving more into things like that, uh work relationships, and um
Where's that fine line which a lot of us cross? That's what it was. The fine
yeah,
line between, oh, this is just a work relationship, or I'm
becomes
having a relationship with you outside of work and it's not bad. But
right.
can we still work in work and be professional?
And I've definitely been down this road. I think a lot of people, even currently in my life, I've met through work.
Most.
And a lot of them I've held 16 plus years of friendship with.
Yeah.
um Even if we don't currently work with each other anymore, but we still see each other, know their family, their kids, their history, their ups, their downs, their everything they've been through, and watched their families grow and move on and things like that. And it's been amazing journey, and those are you know but when do you feel like it's just a work, like I'm keeping it
Mm,
work, or and then if it goes past that friend, that line of work, and now we're friends, where's the line during work,
yeah.
where I am your supervisor,
Or, I'm your coworker, but
or I'm your
I've gotten,
coworker.
I've been bumped up.
Yes.
So we've already had this relationship, but now I've been bumped up. How do I talk to you?
Right. And how do I go, where do I go from there?
Yeah,
And I've experienced that in the
quite a
past,
bit.
and um navigating it through different people, because
Hmm.
different people receive it differently.
Yes.
Some people are very like, oh, when we're at work, we're working.
Yeah,
When we're outside of work, it's
that's
outside of
different.
work.
We're
It's
different
different.
people.
We're different people. And some people are like, well, at work they're like, but you're my friend. And I'm like, oh, not at
No,
work.
not at
At work, I'm your coworker, or at work, I am your supervisor. And that's
yeah.
just like establishing those boundaries and those lines, and things like that. Um, and then there are those times where you bring a friend in, and it's like,
Oh,
Yeah, those situations too.
or in our case too, you bring family in.
Yeah.
That can also cause rifts, not just in workplace friendships,
Mhm.
but in family dynamics.
Yes, family dynamics. Like them understanding you differently and seeing you in a different perspective. Like you see me at home or you see
Mm.
me when you see me, but now you're seeing me at work and I have to be a different light.
So it's like,
Can you handle it?
if you put us in perspective, there was a position. I brought you into a job.
Yeah.
Um, I was at this job, what, a year prior or a year and a half
Yeah.
prior,
Yeah.
something like that. I was already established in my position. You came in, you did amazing. We had no issues, nothing like that.
No.
But then it was that you were offered a higher position
Mhm.
when I had already been there, showing that I could do the higher position
Yeah.
and asked about the higher position.
Yeah.
Now, where someone like me, I didn't hold that against you.
No.
I held that against
Them.
them. And I said, well, this just, and I asked, I sat them down and I did ask. And I was like, so I would like to know, why am I not being offered the higher position? And they said, we feel you are best in this position.
Which is crazy. First of all, I didn't know that that happened in terms of her asking, but I did find it weird when they offered me the position.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I mean, am I going to say no? But at the
Right.
same time, I was just like, but she's been here longer.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a very weird, it wasn't like she wasn't coming in the same time as me. It wasn't
I
like
was
she
working
wasn't doing the
hard.
same work as me. Heck, I came in probably by the time I came in, you were in a higher
I was in a higher I was
position.
already in a higher position.
And I came in under.
Yeah, you came in under, and you got bumped up fairly quickly, which I knew would happen, which did
I
not
mean, we're
mind.
just
It
workers.
just, yeah,
It's
yeah, it was, and we work fine,
yeah,
we have no problem. But if I was a different person, if I was a different person, um, because I took it against them and I found another job and I left
yeah,
the job.
yeah.
I left the
Um,
job
and it
because
was
I
right, rightfully
knew
so.
at that point I was never, I could have shown to the ends of the earth that I deserved that promotion. And I was the one of the best people in that promotion, but until they felt that I was best where I was, no matter what.
Yeah.
And this was working with children, and
Mm.
they told me, no, you're best working with the kids.
And it was like regardless of
How much expertise I brought in,
our
how
length of
much
time. And don't
length
get
of
me wrong,
time.
I've learned over the course of quite a few years that, I understand seniority. And I think that's another topic.
Mhm.
A lot of people are like, I've been here so long and I've done so much, and I don't understand why I'm not getting the position or the pay
Right.
or the
I
whatever.
mean,
And I get it, but I'm also, which is a topic of discussion again, because I feel like there is also that, where do you fight for yourself too?
correct.
When do you speak up? And if you do speak up and you're not being heard, when do you say enough's enough?
And I think I had already been there. I think at that point I had already been there like 3 years,
Yeah,
and I was like, I think, and I spoke for myself and I sat down and I was like, I just want to know why.
yeah. And that point, it was three of us all working because everyone
Yeah.
knew us as the three at the time, because our brother was working there as well. So it was the three of us. And then when she did decide, I mean, of course, we knew she was leaving because we're family. It's not like she sprung it up like, I'm
I
leaving.
had gone on
I knew she was
interviews.
looking. I
I was
knew she
looking.
was,
I was very hurt.
yeah,
I was very hurt. Now, if I was another person, I would have been hurt at her. And that would have killed our relationship
yeah,
as siblings. Now, and it would have put our brother in the middle,
yeah,
and that could have been so much
detrimental.
worse.
But I think it's just the fact that you went and asked them because you knew it wasn't me. You
I
were like,
knew
I
it
brought
wasn't
you in.
you.
Why? It's like, it can't be you.
Can't be you.
It's
I
not
was
like,
like, maybe I did something or I'm not qualified. And
No, that was the thing. You were. It wasn't even that. There were hands down. There was no way.
I was already doing the
And the
position.
thing is, when I say when I bring up the fact that it was the 3 of us, there's a reason because when she did notify the supervisors,
Mhm.
especially there was a particular our supervisor at the time, and he found out. He was like, "What?" And he ran to at the time the VP
Yeah.
who whose child would come to our program, so we knew him
Mhm.
very well. We would take him, and they told him, and he was just like,
What are you
"Oh, what are
doing?
you gonna what are you gonna do?" You know, because everybody knew us as the siblings, and
They knew us a lot, and I took care of the VP's kid.
right,
And
so
I was
yeah.
very, very well known in the agency at that time. Now, no, I'm not. But
Mhm.
it's been years ago. But very well known at the agency, and that I
Yeah.
had to cut that relationship.
Yeah, and it wasn't by choice, but God does what he does when he does it. But I
Yeah.
do have to say that I think at the time the decisions that were being made or were made,
There's a lot of favoritism, I feel, at that time too.
yeah.
And I was best with the children,
Yeah.
quote unquote. Um,
Not to say that it didn't work out
Not to say
for
it didn't
you,
work out, you know what? I moved on and moved
but
on to bigger and better
when
things, but
as someone who's known what you've gone through, I definitely make sure that I don't do things like that as a
mhm.
someone who leads a team. And I try to make sure that I'm very equitable, and then I
Yeah.
ensure that people understand why they're placed where they're placed or why what is done. But I always advocate for them to go higher, and I always try
Mhm.
to push them to do more. I never handcuff anybody to a job, but I always want to ensure that I'm giving everybody equitable share and
Right.
fairness because of what you went through.
I think if they had told me I had done something wrong, you know,
And
or
there was a real
if there was a
reason.
real reason, I was really going above and beyond.
Yeah.
I was making
Yes.
costumes, I was
Mm,
leading clubs, I
yes.
was
I mean, and these weren't things that you could just say, oh, when I'm done with work, I'm just gonna go home. No, you came home and you were doing work and work
yeah,
you weren't paid for.
and I'd go in early and I'd do all
Yeah,
these other
and do
things.
things before, and we were, especially you, kind
I
of people
helped
where
start a lot of things
you
for a
were
lot of
like,
people.
don't worry, I'm not gonna clock in. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna
Mhm.
clean up. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, and there were a lot of things that happened that it was just like, why? But not her. Again, the time, the
Yeah,
people,
the time and the
and
people.
not that the people are bad, but their
No, it was
decisions
just
weren't
that
sound.
decision at that time,
Yeah.
and I needed to make a personalized decision. But again, that
Yeah.
decision, that work decision, could
Mhm.
have killed my relationship with my siblings.
Right.
That could have killed my, and it did leave a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth for those people in higher authority,
Mhm.
because now I'm feeling like I will never be anything better than this.
Yeah.
M-
But that's where it comes, like, again, too, like the relationships you have with the people you work for and work with,
I have
and what
great
that looks like,
relationships.
right? And what that looks like, and friends, not friends, and what that looks like, and um just that workplace. Because even now, if you had to talk about where you are currently and the relationships you have with higher ups or the relationships you have with your
Ooh,
coworkers compared to what it was then, and the way you were treated then in that way, and now how you treated here in this way, that's also a different kind of dynamic
it
as
is.
well,
It
you
is.
know? So, yeah, definitely something I want to discuss more and further.
Yeah.
Just as something I know I've been experiencing, especially in these last year. Um, it was a lot with my transition, and just the effects of it. But it's just, I've been pondering a lot about, like, who I was able to actually speak to and who I was actually able to support, and how I was feeling supported or not supported, and
Mhm.
things like that, and hearing other people and what they've gone through, and not just where I work currently, but other people outside of
Mhm.
this and the things they've experienced in workplaces. So definitely something more I want to
I think you've
look
been
into.
through a lot, especially with work change, but also with personal change.
Yeah.
and those types of relationships. Now, you're also pulling in relationships with not just your personal family, but another person's family.
Mhm.
So that is also a dynamic that is played into this as well.
Yeah.
So
And I
all
know we have like a lot of history ourselves when it comes to learning about how you bring two worlds together and how
Mhm.
one may not accept you
Correct.
and one may, you
Correct.
know. So that's been a quite a valley-ish,
A valley. I like that. I like
mountainish
that.
things to step and
um
go over.
that is a whole conversation.
Yes.
I like how we're giving these little tidbits that we need to
Also,
talk about.
some of the things I've learned is just, people who are there for you and who aren't there for you, or, or when you're there for them. And not saying that we're the kind of people who've looked to get handed it back,
No.
but, because I will drop my anything down for anyone, especially someone really close for me if they needed the support and the
Correct.
help. And I've done that. Um, but sometimes just looking like if there's something like in our lives going on, or we need, or not need, but like we're looking for a little support as well, and not getting the same effect back
Yeah.
in an instance. And so that's something that's been playing on us for this last year as well,
True.
and come to light for us as well, discussions that
In
we've
many
had,
different ways.
yeah, from different areas we weren't expecting, and areas we were like, it's like, okay, we've been doing this a long time now. Like, when are we cutting the cord? Because we have been trying to keep ourselves very open and supportive and friendly, but then it's also been like, are we being bad friends because we've decided now that we wanted to do that? But then it's like, no, because we've always been able to say yes and come on over at the cost of ourselves. So it's been a weird dynamic back and forth with certain situations we found ourselves in, where we were like, if I cut this off, am I being bad? But if I
Mm.
keep it going, I'm not doing
And
myself any favors either, because I'm not getting the same from you. I'm not getting the same respect or the same vibes or the same when I turn around and I'm looking for the same thing in return,
correct.
So that's another thing
It's
in
a whole
relationships avenue.
whole thing.
um
I felt that in my spirit.
that we've wanted to touch on, because I know this has been a conversation
It's
we've
been an
had
in-depth conversation.
outside of our.
It's been a and it's it's not pinpointed at like, oh, this person.
No, no,
No,
no, no.
it's just like overall.
Yeah. Not saying
Overall.
by any means that we're perfect by any means by
I
any
am
means. It's
not a
just,
perfect person. I will
no.
say that till ends. But I am a friend, and I will support you 150% till the ends.
Yeah.
But when do I say
Enough's
you're
enough.
not being a friend back to me?
Right. And enough's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
when is it that I set that, what we said before, that boundary, and
yes.
start being a little bit selfish in my
Yes.
friendships?
Yes. And also just like learning a lot of like manipulations and
Mm,
what that looks like in friendships and relationships in general, because manipulation can come from anywhere unexpectedly,
yeah.
and then how that affects a person, how it affects the dynamic, how it affects the relationships
Right.
moving forward. I think also it's been a lot in these last 3 years that we've experienced,
Mm-hmm.
and something we haven't really delved into, but
Yeah.
I think it's a topic I would like to further explore, because it's some things that when you go through it and then
You look back.
you're like, what?
Whoa.
Right. Because
You're
when
like,
you're in it, you're like, and even though
uh,
some people could tell you, and people were telling us, but when some people could tell you, and then
you're like, nah, I
whew,
ain't
the
having it.
seeds
And then
of manipulation
you're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
darken your door and you don't see past it.
You like, whoa, whoa, I
Woo!
missed all of that.
Jeez. not even missed. You're like, what? I
Wow.
went through that. No,
Yeah,
that was me.
that
This
was me.
isn't a story.
That was me.
That was me.
That happened.
That
That's
and I
truth.
allowed that to happen. That was the
That's the
worst
worst
part.
part. That's the worst part.
So yeah. Those are some things I didn't want to touch too hard, and I think even though we did talk quite a bit on this, I didn't want to go crazy on it. But these are some things that we have discussed about
Mm,
relationships, and I would love to delve more into. So, hopefully we don't.
we haven't lost you at this point.
Yeah, but hopefully we also don't wait too long for the next episode or another year because then we're wasting time. But I do
Huh.
know some upcoming things, like I said, that I'm interested in that are coming up. Like, um, we didn't get to talk about Wicked last year.
Oh my
I have absolutely
gosh.
loved Wicked. We saw the stage play twice, the
Oh my gosh,
musical.
yes.
Um, it has been one of those records that even before I even saw the stage, I was in love
We
with.
have the books.
Especially the original because we read the books.
We read
The
the book by Gregory Maguire.
hmm And there's
Um
a series. It's not just Wicked. There's Wicked, Wicked,
Son of the
Son of Wicked,
Wicked.
and
So
that's
sorry, Son of the Witch.
Son of Witch. Yeah,
And
and there's Dorothy, and then there's the
is
Cowardly
here
Lion,
is
and
here among us.
yeah.
There's a lot. I'm sorry, I know Son of the Witch.
Shockingly, didn't know there was
There's a
that
whole
many.
series. Gregory Maguire is also written now Elfie, which is a prelude to Wicked,
Oh,
which yes.
oh,
And now Gregory Gregory Maguire um rewrites these books. I've read a couple of them now. And these are not children's books.
yeah. I need people to stop giving these to
These
their kids.
Please stop giving these books to your children.
There is very vivid sexual content in there. Stop giving these to your kids.
It is a rewrite of a classic story for an adult.
Yes.
He
So
does have children's books. Please find those for the children and give them to the children.
yes.
These are not for kids' books.
Now, if you're looking for the very whimsical version
It's
of
called The Wizard of Oz.
no, yes, I'm done. Like Wicked, like if you've seen the musical and you've seen the first
It's bad.
movie,
Yeah, yeah.
please be aware the books are not
Not
that
that.
whimsical.
They are not
They
that.
are not that whimsical,
We're not
okay?
cutesy.
They really aren't.
There's a
So just
lot of
be aware.
things.
If you're going to read the book,
Look,
you have to go in pretty clean slate, except for
yeah.
knowing the names of the
Oh,
characters.
yeah, because we really do go in depth in Munchkin Land too.
Yeah, it's I would say like Kim gave me like the graphic novel, and I read Wicked years ago.
I haven't
I
reread
read
the
it
graphic novel.
because I knew the musical was coming out. Like that's how long ago I read that. Um and I have to reread it. But when I started going through the graphic novel, which is a more close adaptation of the book, I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah. I was like, oh yeah, this is darker
It real dark.
than
It real dark.
the magical
Beautiful.
beauty of
Even
the
okay,
musical.
even the play and the musical and the movie do touch on it very, very light. Like
But it's done, yeah, but it's done in
it
a
can
very
it's very
a
cutesy.
very cute way. Yeah, in
Yeah,
a beautiful way.
dancing
Yeah.
and ha.
Yeah, I mean, there's
It's
none
not
of that
that.
in the
It
books.
ain't
No,
that.
no, there's no dancing
It
in
ain't
these
that.
books. No, no. So again, but I'm so excited for
For good.
Wicked for Good, um, and it comes out on a very special day. So I am super excited to see that, but I didn't get to talk to you guys about that last year. So hopefully when we get closer to seeing it, I can discuss more because it is one of my favorite things to discuss. I'm excited again, like Kimberly had mentioned. There's a lot of things coming out, and as we get closer into the holidays, they start to shut down the shows and the movies. You get more lighthearted because a lot of people are
Hmm.
going away and stuff. But I am excited for what's coming up next year in terms of like um DC and Marvel,
Yeah.
especially with Supergirl. Even though I haven't seen Superman, which I do plan to see, Supergirl, I am excited as well. And this is for James to come out with her as his second to, or one of the movies really in his early career with revamping DC. I'm pretty excited to see where he
James,
goes
the
with
whole
this.
James Gunn thing needs to be spoken about.
Yeah,
The
but
way and his vision
yeah.
for DC. A lot has come out from New York Comic Con and from San Diego Comic Con because this is where they like to announce a lot of things. So
Yeah, so we definitely have to
there's a
delve
lot.
more, but again, it's been a year.
It's been a year.
So
It's been a year.
we'll definitely get more into that. Um so now we're going to go into a little bit more spooky
I
stuff
mean, that's the
now.
reason we're we came back. It's the spooky
And
season.
like we said, this was going to be a long episode. So if you haven't gotten this far, we're sorry, but if you
Um
have, thank you.
yeah, make it 2 parts, yo. Come back another day. Try again.
Yeah. If you need to take a break.
Take a
But
break.
with that being said, with our spooky stuff, it's more related to things we've literally recently experienced.
We're in the month of October.
Not even in just in this month. It was pretty recent, like last month and the month before.
Mhm.
So we like we share an apartment, and
Yeah.
so we have the same space, and we have, as Kimberly has mentioned, if you ever have looked at the videos that we've put out within the last year, you'll see we have our lovely house owner who owns us, Diamond, who lives here as
Yeah,
well.
that you
You may have
popped up or
you may have
heard
heard her a
her
couple
or
times in our cast or
or
seen her.
seen her just throw up on here
She's our
somewhere.
owner.
She
She
belongs.
lets us out every once in a
I
while.
did not. Okay,
No, no.
Diamond showed up.
And
This she was not needed. The cat distribution system dropped her off. She did not speak. We thought she was deaf and mute.
she owns us.
She now owns us and has a big mouth.
So
She lives well. She doesn't have a job. She sleeps all day, every day.
so
I
you
am
guys,
her. I am owner number one.
yes. So we tend to, she'll relax, wherever you are, especially with her mother dearest here. She'll jump up, she'll be all over her.
She can be
She
very
knows
lovable for a
when
female cat.
when I'm chilling out, like here, on our couch and stuff, she'll come up
Yeah.
and she'll want headbutts and she'll want hugs and kisses and all that stuff. But really, I don't like it. Like if she sleeps on my bed or around, because I her fur tends to make me itchy or scratchy. I'm very
Criss has very
sensitive,
sensitive skin.
and so I tend to not want that around too often. Other than that, we're cool because I don't have allergies to her. It's just my skin gets irritated really quickly and easily, so I rather not. And so, we noticed a little while there were some things, not crazy things happening, but enough to kind of be like, hmm, hmm, what was that? So like one evening Kim was sleeping, and um she was sleeping, and Diamond was in the room sleeping, and I was laying down, and there was like I was like just laying, and I felt like like there was sitting on the bed, like someone just sat, and Kim moved her leg, and the and I looked, and I thought it may have been Diamond who got on the bed, and I didn't see Diamond, but I did see a nice little, like, nothing crazy, not a huge dip, but it was right there. I felt
Like a
like
little
somebody
indent.
sat.
And usually I'm a little heavy. She heavy set, big girl.
Yeah.
So when she usually jumps up, you feel a little bit of weight.
Yeah.
And I am not that much of a heavy sleeper.
Yeah.
So when I didn't even know we don't sleep with the cat in the room. So um when I felt that,
Yeah.
I just kind of moved. I moved my leg as per normal because I don't want to get up.
Right.
So
So the next like morning I was like, "Hey, when you moved your leg, why'd you move your leg?" And Kim was like, "Cause I felt like Diamond got on the bed, or because I felt like and so I moved my leg out the way." And I was like, "Bro, there was nobody there, nobody I could see." I said, "The cat didn't get on the bed. The cat wasn't there at all." And the look on Kim's face was like,
Cause I sleep. Cause I sleep.
but it's like a natural movement. Like if somebody
Yeah.
sits next, like if somebody was to sit next to us, we would instantly move over.
Yeah.
It's like to make
Give
them
him
feel
some
more
space. Give him
comfortable,
some
give some
space.
space. So it was like a natural thing in her sleep to do, just to like move her leg. And I was like, there was nobody there. So there was no reason to move your leg. But I knew what I felt, and she knew what she felt in her sleep. And I was like, nah. And the crazy thing is, I didn't get up and run like I should have. I looked over. I looked the other way. There have been like other instances that occurred. That was kind of like, what is happening? Maybe we need to bless our home
Home.
because there's some wildness going on. But I think the most recent one that was heartbreaking for us very
This was very
recently.
so sad.
We're, as you know, like we're cat people, so we also take
We're
care.
animal people.
No,
So
we're cat
we
people.
okay.
We're
I
cat people.
she okay. Chris does like dogs to a point. She loves pugs. Okay. That is her dog of the
If
seasons
they're
for
puppies,
always. Um Dogs and Chris are not best of friends.
no.
She was chased by a dog in young ages. Um, but if a nice dog, you know, gives her a little bit of space, she'll be all right. But animals too, like penguin, capybara, a hamster, mice and rats. We can't. Um, I be scared sometimes.
Okay.
But
Um,
we's animal people. I likes me an animal.
I'm a cat person. I don't. I'm a cat person. I come around to some dogs. Some dogs.
Ran.
Not all dogs. Some dogs. If a dog was to come up and sniff me, I will stiffen like a board and I will let them do what they got to do and leave. But if they seem nice and they seem like they're
With their owner though.
with their
With
owner
their
and they
owner.
seem very tame and they're coming at me and I'm like, oh, but I try not to
Yeah.
interact too much if I don't feel comfortable. It has taken a long time to get to this point,
That's
but
that's
I'm
called
more
growth.
of a cat person. Even if there was like a feral cat outside, I'd rather get scratched up by a cat than by a dog. Just saying. But with that being said, we had quite a few cats outside, and my fiance, he had this knack for naming them. And so one cat that was coming around quite a bit, uh, quite like over a year ago,
Over a year.
he named Reese's Pieces, and I called her Reese for short. And Reese was this very, and I called her my fugly because what
She
happened
had
was
a
you
little
could tell
snaggle too.
she had a little snaggle tooth, but she also you could tell she got into some kind of an injury, whether it was a fight with other cats or something happened. You could tell she had an injury around her mouth, to the point where it kind of just was
It's a little
like a
jagged.
little not just jagged, but it healed in a way that made it look like she didn't really have like a bottom
Bottom lip.
lip, but she had a mouth. But she made it work. And she was my street
Re-
beauty cat. And she was white and she had little
Reese
spots in
came
her
around
legs.
at a perfect time because we had just lost one of our inside cats, and
Yeah, it was a year since
it was a
Big Boy.
year, and Big Boy was from a kitten, from a baby.
Yeah, he was
He
19
teeny,
when
yeah,
I had to put him down.
yeah. So Racy came around that time,
Mhm.
which healed her heart.
Yeah. So it was, when I first seen her, I was like, one fugly cat. I said, I like her. And it was weird because she was just sitting in the backyard, and I was like, why does she keep coming around? She's so fugly, but she cute. It was weird. And I just kind of latched on. And then when my fiance named her, I I was like, okay. And I called her Reese for short. And Reese stuck around and we started feeding
Reese stuck
her.
around and we started, just give him a little food. We are very much like it was coming to winter, and we, especially if we know if cats are living in our yard, we will give them some food.
Yeah.
We have cats, we can spare a little bit of food
Yeah.
just so we know the winters be hard.
Yes.
There have been other winters where we had other cats in our yard and we found deceased cats from the winter cold.
Yeah. We
So
lost
we've lost a
we
couple of kittens due
and then
to the winter
cats
cold,
too.
and
We
cats.
had a cat we called No Ear.
Oh, no
No
ear.
Ear. We called him No Ear because he had not that his
One,
ear wasn't there, but it was
yeah,
he was
one ear
missing
that
a
was jagged.
piece of
It
his
was pieces
ear.
that it was
I was like,
gone.
oh yeah, and then it was like no ear,
That's
and
and he used to come around and we used to feed him, and we fed the little colony that we had. And we we know, we also, we don't expect them to stay around for a long time. We
no, I
expect them
mean
to
outside cats usually don't live
they
long.
roam. So if
Yeah,
we see them, if we, interact with them and we see them more than a couple of times, we'll be like, you're really coming around a lot.
yeah.
Let me just make sure that you have some food that you can live.
So with Reese, it was kind of like that because she was around a lot, but um, really she was having litters of kittens, and when she first had a litter, we really didn't see the litter, but we knew because then we would see some cats, and I was like, this looks very like it was like a lot of them that look very similar.
Mhm.
And there was this cat, she like they were always together.
We call
Uh
him Sugar Daddy.
yes. So yes, my fiance named him Sugar Daddy. And then with Sugar Daddy came, and then out of her, these litters, we got Marshmallow, and we got S'mores, and
And
we got Kit Kat,
we got
we
Oreo.
had Oreo, and then mind you, my fiance named them all. I don't know why he was
He
hungry
was
every
hungry.
time.
He needed some chocolate at the time.
The one that he didn't call, he called him Forrest. We ended up fostering this one,
Kitten.
with Crisscross, and Crisscross ended up taking Forrest to a
We've
family member,
Yeah.
where they continued to foster him. So his name became Luther Forrest. But my fiance named him Forrest because of his eyes at the time. He was like this, so you call him Forrest for Forrest Whitaker.
It reminded him of Forrest Whitaker.
Too much.
Too much.
He was the only one that was not named after a food, surprisingly.
Correct.
But other than that, with the bunch, we had Sugar Daddy and we had Little Sugar.
Little
So it
Suge.
was a little Sugar Daddy because they
Oh, we
look
had
so much alike.
Mustache that came around. He was a
No,
distinguished
this
gentleman.
this one definitely had a
He
mustache,
had a full
like a
mustache.
full mustache.
He
In
was
the It
street
was
cat
weird. Black cat, white mouth, and then a black mustache, and I
mustache.
was like,
That's his name,
what's going
Mustache.
on here? You just got this
It's like,
weird
it's like,
stash.
you distinguished gentleman. You
Very
are
cute. Tuxedo, well
tuxedo,
dressed.
beautiful man.
Yeah,
And,
very weird.
and
Loud as flip though.
oh,
Good
he was a
lordness.
loud cat. He just walked around
Just
crying.
crying. Goodness. Just done with that.
That colony, this colony we got back here, is it's
But over the course of the year, a lot of them would
leave and
leave and come
come
back. And I
back.
mean, at one point we had like five of them, six of them all at one time. And then slowly
Slowly,
we didn't
we
see
know
them.
this about ferals,
Yeah.
that they come and they go as they
Because they're
please.
living the streets. Things happen. They're getting run over. They get picked up. They get trapped.
Yep.
They get caught. Um, anything, like they get diseases, just like any other cats.
Hmm.
There's a lot happening. So we don't tend to have or see them for some time.
Yeah.
So coming down to these last couple months or so, we've just been seeing Marshmallow and um, Reese, and Marshmallow's just always under
Her mom.
Reese, her mom, always there, always rubbing on her, and we would always feed them and feed them, feed them, feed them, and then Reese got pregnant again. Like by this point, she had already had like 8 litters.
Yeah, we were really looking into TNRing, which is trap and release. So we were gonna trap her, get her
No,
neutered,
spayed.
spayed, and release back into the colony.
Yeah, because I was like in 1 year, like 8 litters.
Yeah, it
Mind
was
you, we
we
don't. There was a
knew.
couple times we'd see, and then a couple times we didn't see where she was having these
Yeah, and then she would
litters.
just show back up, and there was one time she was just had afterbirth, and I was just like,
Yeah,
"Child, you are full of blood, and where are your kittens?" Which, because she was having so many litters, we were afraid the kittens were coming out stillborn, and she was just abandoning the kittens at this point.
yeah,
Reese was getting older, and the pregnancies were getting real hard on her.
yeah. My concern really was not just the litters, but it was a lot of her health.
Yeah,
Because you could tell
she was getting
she was
slower.
getting slower, and I was like, okay, she's an older,
She getting older.
yeah, yeah. Like if anything, if I had to estimate how old she was, I would say like 8 years old. And I think the life outside is not easy. So, but at the end of the day, no matter how long she went, she would always come back, always come
Or we
back.
see her down the street, and she'd turn around and look at us like,
And this, I want to tell you, there were points I would come home and her and Marshmallow would be waiting for me to come home to drive in. We were feeding them morning, noon, and night at this point. Like they were
they knew.
literally our cats. And um these last couple weeks she was pregnant and we saw it. I was like, oh, she's pregnant again. And Marshmallow was pregnant and had kittens, and we started seeing some of the kittens
He
recently.
just recently, so we did not know where the kittens were. Recently, just saw four.
Yeah. So we know that she had them. But one day, Kim's like, we hadn't seen Reese for a little while. I had seen her the week before. And I was like, she'll be back. She always comes around. And Kim was like, oh, your cat's outside. And I was
Mhm.
like, Reese. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. And
So I went to get. So I just looked out our window because we have a window that faces our backyard, and I looked out and I saw her laying there. She was sleeping. I was like, okay, but we had been inside most of the day, and I was like, I'm gonna go take her out some food. Went outside, called out to her, and she didn't move, and I was like, what's going on? I walked over to her, and I saw that she was gone.
and as
She
soon
was
as
laying
she
there.
she she saw her, I was about to come outside and she stopped me and she was like, no. And I looked at her and I looked back behind her and I said, is she dead? And she looked at me and she's like, yeah. And I was like, she's dead. And of course, I was upset because this was a cat that, again, I just lost mine not too long ago. And then now this. So I'm just upset. I go and I get some gloves. I go outside. I look at her. She has like a puncture in her head. And I'm like, oh my God. And Kimmy's like, she probably got like
I
injured
was
or
like, she got
something and
injured in a
came
fight and then
and came
came.
to, because, she knows this is home. She knows this is her place. And I was like, okay. Like, I was like crying. And my fiance came upstairs and he's just like, it's going to be okay. And and now we have a camera. And I told Kim,
Yeah.
I was like, look at the camera, see what happened. Maybe she did just come in and just, this was it. Like she knew this was it. And we saw on the camera.
So we do have a back camera. It's a back ring camera. So looked at that and saw two dogs in my. I was like, there's a dog in my yard. Now, there are no dogs in our neighborhood. None. No street dogs, nothing. No dogs. Now, these ain't no small dogs. These are some big dogs. Like,
They're big
they're
brown
big
dogs.
brown dogs.
Never seen them a
Never seen
day.
these dogs before. So I'm now looking through it, and these dogs stalked this poor cat and killed her in my yard
Yeah. And they, on the video that we see, they like came back twice and
to
they
make
came back to
sure.
make sure, and then they dragged her out and then they leave. And it is then that we find out. And I'm like, even more heartbroken because now my baby didn't just die like on her own due to something else. No, she died because two dogs I've never seen in my life killed her in my yard. And now I'm even more heartbroken. We ended up taking her, we were going to bury her, but we ended up taking her to
Our
our local
local animal
veterinarian, and
hospital.
I had her cremated and put I spread her ashes on a tree. And recently they just sent me a card with her prints. Now, why am I talking about this? So sorry, that was a long story, but we wanted to give some history. Why are we talking about this, and what is spooky about it? The part that's spooky is cats are protectors, and cats, especially if they give you a I don't care attitude or I'm your boss attitude and stuff like that, at the end of the day, they are your protectors. They'll see something, they'll say something, they'll meow at it, they'll scratch at it, they'll sniff it, they'll hiss at it. Um, they will protect. And I've been around kittens and cats my whole life since I was a baby. And there was a cat that protected me as a baby from something that could have harmed me and warned my family. And all cats that we've had ever since, even our boys, they have been protectors. If something happens or they see something, they'll go to it or they'll let us know or they'll stare at it and we'll know. For whatever reason, after I lost and had to lose my baby big boy, Reese came into the picture. And I have to say that, like, the couple times I found some dead mouse street. I said, I don't know if this is a gift or you were just trying to not get it in my house, but I don't want to hear. Um, and I know that whenever I see her, everything is fine. I thought it was just too odd, especially not too long after this whole whatever sat on our bed situation. um, that something's not right, that these two dogs I've never seen, these strays that came out of nowhere and I haven't seen since.
They have not come back, and usually
Stray
dogs,
dogs,
they run in packs, yes, but
yeah,
they'll come back because they're going to look for,
never came
they
back.
never came back. They've not stepped foot back into my yard. Now Tanuki,
And that's
that's a
but
different.
so after that, it's kind of been like I don't know what, because ever since, and even before that, we've always had a sense of something not right happening in the last year plus.
Mhm.
Actually, last couple years,
Last couple of years.
that something hasn't been feeling right in our house as usual. And like I mentioned, there was that one instance of that, but there have been other little things that occurred that just haven't sat right with us.
Mhm.
And then to have that where I have this cat that's usually pretty much around all the time watching, to be killed in that manner, of all places, my yard, by animals we've never seen before. I was
And who
like,
have
no.
not shown back up.
I was just like, that's
It's just
weird
weird.
because we've had stray dogs and everyone know them as the block. Everyone on the block will know these dogs because we've seen it. We used to have a dog named Eddie, and that dog would run these streets up and down, left and right. We knew where he lived, which was across the street, but he would always get out and he would always be running the streets, and you knew it. No one ever tried to do anything with that dog, but you knew it. And his owner wouldn't be around, but no one felt anything. I would remember going 2 blocks away and seeing that dog and go, "What are you doing here? Go home." You know, I used to see another little dog running around the block for a very long time. But you just see, you go on, do your thing. These are dogs I've never seen. And I was just like, what were the odds?
What are the
And
odds?
why did that happen? Why did it happen now? And I haven't seen Marshmallow since. I haven't seen the cat since. And I was just like, I haven't seen any cats
Any cats.
since then. And it was that just happened last week. It was last weekend.
Last
So
weekend.
it's kind of like, that's weird. This is really weird. Um, like again, there's been a vibe and an energy around that we are not comfortable with. But we've been doing some blessings and stuff, so that's been our little spook. And even though you guys know I'm a Halloween person, there are my limits. um are my limits, okay? Just another thing into our spookiness, I've been seeing a lot on my gram, a lot of people recently buying haunted dolls. And not just haunted dolls for the sake of
Ugh.
like their interest in haunted dolls, but like haunted dolls as decorations because they want them for their house.
And they purposely buy them haunted. Like you
Yes,
purposely
literally.
know that she haunted
Yes.
and you
Want to
went
put it as a decoration.
and you went and bought her.
So there was a video where this woman bought, she was decorating and she bought this one haunted doll, and the doll is sitting on a swing. And they put the doll up on the patio,
I've seen
and it's
this.
close to the door where they have to go in the house.
Mhm.
And she's like, there's this doll, and she's like, I bought it. It's haunted, supposedly. But
I
what we
think she had
started to
bought it
notice,
from Amazon or something like
yeah,
that.
and
And
she was
other
like,
people were talking
I
about it.
started noticing. She's like, yeah, it'll spin in the wind, And she's like, yeah, it's windy right now, but she's like, watch. She's like, we've noticed that if anyone tries to go in the house, it'll stop and stare at you. So she's not trying to go in the house, but well, actually, she was trying to go in the house, but she wanted to record what was happening. So as she's talking about this doll, yes, you see it spinning, and then all of a sudden, because she's like down the patio, and it's like right there in front of her, but not close, like it's down the patio, and she's like, as she's talking about it, the doll spins, right? And as it spins, it stops. Now it's windy, people. You see, it's windy, but the thing stops and it's staring at her. And she's like, "Why is it staring at me? What? What?" She's like, "Why is it stopping staring at me?" So she moves a little, and as she moves to the right, it also spins slightly and turns to the right and stops and stares at her. And she's like, I know this is not look. And then she turns
Mhm.
and she goes to the left, and it does like one spin, but then it comes back. So it's like it did a half, like a 180, and then it
Yeah.
turns back and it stops and watches her. And all I can do was go, why? What part? What part do you go from just decorating for Halloween to now bringing a whole spirit
In your home.
into your home? Where does the line get drawn? What part of the where does it stop? You know, there's a line, and you the line, you saw it and you decided it wasn't
It
good.
it I've seen this video.
But then there was a follow-up too. It was so bad. She had the husband go and take it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
the husband was just saying like he took it, but then he was like, it's just the wind. And brought it back. Now he didn't bring it back. The man's left it, went in the house. Man's got sick. And very
Round
sick.
face.
Very sick. Now no little sick.
Because he touched it.
Got very sick. And now was like, yeah, maybe there's something wrong with that dog.
So I saw the update before that one.
Mhm.
It was that she told the husband to come outside and she recorded. And before she told the husband to come outside, she turned, just waited. The doll turned on that swing and stared at her like, I need to look at you. You are who I don't like.
Mhm.
So she left, told the husband, you go outside. He's like, what are you talking about?
Mhm.
He went outside, nothing happened with the doll. She went outside with the husband. She's like, all right, you stand here, I'm gonna stand over there.
Mhm.
She stood over there. The doll turned and stopped and stared at her, and he's like, oh. And that is the reason why he was taking the doll off of the out.
Well, man's just equated it to the wind and brought it back, but got sick.
He brought it back and they did not hang it back up from what I
Yeah,
understand.
they
They
didn't.
didn't hang it back up, but they left it down. But then all of a sudden, the chair that they left it down on moved.
Yeah, absolutely.
She
not.
said, absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not. She put it back in a box and she sent it back. She sent that right back to Amazon.
She should have it in the first
Come
place.
to find out that multiple people in the reviews stated that this is what's happening with this doll on the swing. Now, I am a big review person on Amazon. Okay.
Absolutely not.
I am because I need to
No,
know that
thank
my
you.
stuff is working.
No, thank you.
Um,
Mm-mm.
I like Daddy Leo. I love me some Daddy Leo, by the way.
No, thank you.
Um,
Mm-mm.
yeah,
No.
yeah,
You guys will hear or see me decorate my little decorations.
a little bit. We just do a little some,
You
some,
will
some.
not. I'm telling you right now, you will not catch me actively looking for anything haunted, going into anything haunted, or trying to Dora the Explorer anything haunted.
Right,
Okay? I am not insane. I like not being followed.
right,
I enjoy not being haunted.
right,
I I'm okay with that.
right.
I don't need to actively. My life ain't that boring. I'm telling you. If anything, it's got so much on its plate. I would prefer to not do that. There is a limit between trying to enjoy the season for what it is and then shut it down, than to actually have to deal with that post Halloween and it's not
Right.
Halloween
And the
anymore.
thing is, now I got to deal with you being sick and you don't know what got you sick.
Right.
And you can't even say, oh, it was
Because
the
there's that
wind.
that what is it, that spiritual sickness or something that happens when you're around really like
And you're
haunted
very,
things.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're very susceptible to it.
Yeah. No, absolutely not. Please, this is a PSA. Do not go crazy overboard for Halloween and go the extra mile to have your house possessed. Okay? All right? With abnormal activity. Ain't nobody want that kind of
Nobody
activity.
want that. And then you got kids coming to your house for some trick or treats.
Absolutely
Like,
not.
and we don't do it like they used to do it back in the day, but some trick or treats, and then the dog gonna go look at all of them,
No.
and they gonna take some type of
Some of
piece
them
of the
gonna get sick or
spirit.
something. No,
Stop it,
Jesus, no.
stop
No.
it. And now it's
So
starting to get cold. Stop it out
usually
here
we
in these
do a more
streets.
spooky story, but those were as spooky as I could get this year.
That's as
So
spooky as we gonna get because we trying to not.
yes. Yes. We're trying not
I'm
to.
trying to not.
Mm.
Do not send me no doll. Do not.
No.
Annabelle was lost for supposedly for some time, and then she was founded it.
That was this
Now,
year.
do I believe that's really her? I don't trust it because the man who was in charge of her all of a sudden passed away. How that happened?
Don't make no sense.
Now, what's his name? The comedian is now in charge of the whole museum. Ain't heard from him since.
Absolutely not. There are lines, people, and y'all have crossed
Miss
them.
Rife, Matt Rife. Yeah, Matt Rife. He is now in charge of. He's a nice comedian.
Good
I've
luck
I've
with him.
listened to
I'm
a
so
few of
happy
his
for
stuff,
him.
but I ain't heard
Congratulations.
from him since.
So proud he took
Why
over
would
that
you buy the
responsibility.
whole haunted occult museum?
Yep.
The Warrens haunted
Because he
occult
thought it
museum.
was funny.
Why would you think that?
He thought it
First
was a
off, why
joke.
was Annabelle on a world tour? Where was she going? Where did she need to go? She was gonna go to Louisiana, the most haunted place in the world. You was gonna take Annabelle?
I'm done.
What y'all?
So done.
What is? I was following this
I guess
day by
I
day.
guess they thought she was the next Chris Brown.
No, she was not.
She
Chris
needed a
even
whole
can't even do that. He
she
had to
needed
cancel some of his shows.
she,
All right.
she needed to do like him.
And you have one, and the thing is, you got the priest in the back every 5 minutes anointing Annabelle.
Absolutely
Stop
not.
it. Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
We're
The
not doing
Warrens
that.
would never. The Warrens would never.
With that being said, uh,
Sorry, that was my piece.
that was our spooks for it. So I know it wasn't as elaborate as last year. I think we just, because it's been a year, we needed to catch up, talk
Yeah.
about some things we wanted to, but that was our touch on that. We didn't get to talk about Chris Brown because we did go to his concert, but that will be in another one.
Yeah.
Or maybe a short like reel or something. We're gonna head into our recommendations because we have held y'all for a long time and we appreciate it. So we each have three, and it's really just life books and our own
Spooky.
yes, so life book and spooky. So for this Halloween. So we're gonna start with life.
So for life, my recommendation, and I believe this for everyone because I am personally going through it. Everyone sees those commercials for better health and everything else. I personally do not use better health, but I am in therapy. I've been in therapy for about 3 years. for my own personal issues and working through what's going on with me personally. I believe everyone needs a little bit of therapy, um, because life can be lifing and it can get very hard, and in some instances it can get very dark. So take the time to take care of you and find. Now your first therapist may not be the best therapist. I did a lot of research when I decided to start therapy, and talk therapy has been amazing for me, and it is something that I continue to do weekly. um, if you feel, in these places, go to therapy,
Yeah.
talk about it. um, if your mind is not right, the rest of you will not be right.
Mhm.
And sometimes speaking to somebody outside of outside of your comfort, outside of your home base, outside of these, does help. So I am recommending for life therapy, um, if you choose to. This is not, a forceful anything. Just
You'll be surprised what it could do for you.
yes.
I think a lot of people don't realize how many people actually go to therapy
Hmm.
and are doing it. It's not something commonly talked about it like
It
often enough,
isn't.
but again, we're living in a time with a lot of mental health and a lot of social issues, especially
Hmm.
post pandemic. So it is, it is a good life.
It is a good life thing. So
Yeah.
that's what I recommend. Therapy.
So, with my new journey, I've been looking up for my fiance and I. We've been doing a lot of research in light of our uh, us wanting to do our wedding and our nuptials and what that looks like. And one of the things we realized we really wanted to do was open an account where our money was making money. So I highly recommend a savings with a high yielding savings account. Anything where you place your money into it and there is a APY, a percentage of that money going towards or a percentage of interest being added that increases your money. So there are a lot of different savings out there outside of the big names. And a few of them that I've been looking at were like Ally and Sophie and Marcus by Golden Sachs. There's also Laurel Road, and there's also Smarty Pig. Do what's best for you. A lot of them, the least I've seen is 3.4 APY interest, and the highest I've seen is 3
Annual per
point.
year.
Yes, and the highest I've seen is 3.9. And what happens is on a monthly basis, they have different criterias. Some of them will just add the percentage as long as you have money in the account. They'll just add the percentage on a monthly basis. Some of them
Dividends.
will require that you have add a certain amount of money a month. So some of them might say if you transfer $100 every month, it'll always be at 3.5. But if you don't, then it'll only add 1%. So you really have to do your research on what works for you, especially if there are any fees that are accrued or any fees for transfers. Some of them actually are set up in a way that if you're doing it for a trip or just for a vacation, for a birthday or for a wedding or for a birthday, or for a
Vacation.
vacation,
Girls trip.
a girls
Girls
trip or
trip.
something, you can set the time frame, and then you can, based on that time frame, it will tell you how much you need to put in until up to the goal, and then from there you can work on adding the money into that account. Also, if you don't meet the goal, it'll also push the option of pushing it uh, further, so that way you have more time to put in more money. So there are a lot of these options, and it takes a lot of research to find the best one that works for you or for your purposes. But I think it's just a really good life situation in general. Like, why do we have money sitting in our account not doing anything when it can grow for us? So, a life tip for me is looking into a savings account that is giving you a high yielding percentage, and that your money isn't just there, it's doing something.
Awesome.
So off to books.
So I said before, we are avid book readers, and TBR is long Now, a great book, one and two, that I have read is The Perfect Marriage, The Perfect Divorce. So, the first book in the series is The Perfect Marriage. It does follow, it's by Geneva Rose. It follows a defense attorney, her name is Sarah, where she is defending her husband who has been accused of killing his mistress in the cabin.
Mm.
There's a
Oh,
lot going
that's
on.
a lot to do.
It's a lot, and she's defending her
That's
husband,
terrible.
and
I couldn't do it.
to find out he has a mistress
Nope,
and everything,
absolutely
the
not.
twists and the turns.
Till you figure it out.
And then
That's
there's
when
the
you.
sequel, Perfect Divorce.
There's a sequel. Didn't end in jail time for her.
So I will not give any of it away.
Gonna have to read it, guys.
It is I really did enjoy this. I enjoyed following Sarah through these books and her what had happened and what was going on and everything. So and her husband, I don't remember, Adam. Adam is her husband. So definitely by Geneva Rose, The Perfect Marriage, The Perfect Divorce.
Gonna have to really read it.
So good.
My book recommendation is the Ruinous Trilogy
Yes.
by Bren Weaver. So it's three books in the trilogy. It's Butcher and Blackbird. I know that became very like
It.
TikTok famous. And then she created two more after that, which was Leather and Lark and Scythe and Sparrow. And all three books, because I don't want to go give anything away. All three books follow the Kane brothers, Rowan, Lachlan, and Fionn, and their interests, which are Sloane, Lark, and Rose, respectfully. So, and I would definitely recommend reading them in order. They do crisscross. There's also a fourth book that kind of that I didn't add in here, but it is part of it. There's actually two more books currently. There's a book that kind of there's like sections where there's missing information and it really helps to fill in that gap as well as lead
Mm.
into the next set of series that Bren Weaver is creating, which is the Carnage trilogy.
Mm.
So it's really interesting. And the Carnage trilogy you could read as like a
It's a
standalone if you go
standalone.
in there.
Okay.
She just put out the first book. There's no other books out yet for the rest of the series. But I will tell you though, it's better if you read the Ruinous trilogy so you'll understand parts of the Carnage trilogy, the first book, which is called The Tourist. I'm reading that right now. But the other three, Chef's Kiss, following these and the thing is, you don't really you do follow the brothers, but you follow it from their potentials first, and then you see how it's weaved in and how they're weaving in and out. Chef's Kiss, very adult, very adult,
Spice.
um, very adult. If you there are warnings in the beginning which are hilarious, but the
Yes.
warnings are very serious. If you are not into certain kinds of macabre deaths, and I mean weird stuff that are eaten, seen, taken out, pulled out, put in, things like that. These are not the books for you. If you are okay with
Kink.
all of that and you're okay and it's very very graphic and you're okay with that, please read at your leisure. Okay. But that is
I'm on book 2. That is my current
that
it's on my current
that
right
is
now.
my recommendation. Again, the Ruinous Trilogy by Bren Weaver.
I ain't gonna give nothing away, but it's good.
All right, and last but not least, our spooky for the season.
So my spooky for the season, I threw it back. I am right now in a straight 120 episode down go of I actually found the Twilight Zone from the 1980s. Now, do I know how many episodes it is? I really don't know because I am watching that mixed in with the 2002 Twilight Zone episodes, the ones with Forrest Whitaker, which I have not seen any of these two series in years.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard to find. Um, you can find the Jordan Peele ones from a couple of years ago. You can find the original 1960s ones, but the 1980 ones and the 2002 ones have like disappeared from the streaming maps.
Mhm.
Um, Even trying to purchase these episodes, it's really, really hard. Thank goodness there's this amazing person online. You can see a lot of the episodes on YouTube. I think I am like 8 episodes left of like 120. I have just binged it for the Halloween season because, again, I haven't seen a lot of these episodes in a really long time. And I've seen the original 1960s every episode at least 10 times minimum.
Yeah.
It is just in our repeats.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is in our constant repeats.
Yeah.
We are a big Twilight Zone Outer Limits people as well.
Yeah.
So definitely that's my recommendation. If you have a chance, look up it's a 1985 Twilight Zone. Some of the episodes are really great and some of them are just okay,
Yeah,
but you have those.
that's what you get.
I highly, highly enjoyed the Forrest Whitaker version when he narrated the ones in 2022. I'm sorry, 2002. And rewatching those was really great. But yeah, that's my recommendation.
I didn't even know there was like a 1980 version until she told me because I am a Twilight head. She knows this. Like, if there's ever a time there's like a marathon happening, I'm on it. I wasn't a big fan of like the hour-long versions, but like the half-hour ones, chef's kiss. I've watched every single episode from the 60s with Rod
1960s.
Sterling,
Yeah.
and then I definitely watched all the ones with Forrest Whitaker, and I definitely watched all the ones with um
The Jordan
Jordan
Peele.
Peele versions.
Mhm.
And a lot of them have stories that they tell over and over again in a different
Always.
remake. But I had no idea about the 1980s. And when she told me, I was like, I will have to take some time at some point
It's
to
it's
really go
it's
through
it's a
them.
real like I'm dedicated right now.
Yeah.
I've been dedicated for a couple of weeks because I'm doing this in between. This is free time. All right.
So yeah, I will have to sit and watch at some point. But um, yeah, definitely a recommendation I will be doing at some point. For me, my spooky is Substance. I just recently watched
I
it
have to watch it.
on Max. Yes, on Max. I've been waiting for it to drop for a while. I had been told about it before. This stars uh, Demi Moore, and um, the character she plays, and the trip around the world. And it's definitely about vanity and beauty and standards and society. And there's a lot in it. And I can tell you right when I thought, when me and my fiance were watching it, when we thought it was done, and it just kept going. It was just like,
I
oh,
never
whoa.
watched it
And
yet.
then again, when we thought it was done, and it kept going. And I was just like, wow. It definitely does quite a full circle from beginning to end, and there's just so much in between that you can take out of it. Just about beauty and our standards of beauty and society's ways of, especially towards women in society, and their looks and how we hold ourselves and view ourselves and how we view everyone else. Very, very much like that. Um, I highly recommend because it takes quite the turn. So, uh, check it out if you haven't. It's on Max right now. It is The Substance. So, guys,
We made it to the end.
thank you so much for watching,
And
listening.
also, this is our 30th episode.
Oh shoot!
This is our 30th episode. I mean, we're coming back on 30.
Wow,
That's wild.
that's right.
Wow.
But again, we're hoping to come back. If we don't come back with full-on podcast, definitely watch out for our shorts. Definitely some, we're trying to do little bits in here. Of course, we'll see what the future holds, but stick with us. We're working it out. And let's see where we go within these next months into the new year.
Happy New Year.
It's too early for that.
I mean, we missed it already. Yeah.
True. With that being said, this has been My Kind of Convo.